Alright, I'm recording. So we're gonna start with Japan as always. Is he even alive?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so he had some problems with like coalitions. Like
What
every
the
time
fuck
I looked
happened?
at Japan, he was like fighting a coalition war, so he probably had some problems with that.
Well, I guess he's going bankrupt after this war. It's just like, jeez. Um. Alright, well at least he can win the war and unite Japan and then go bankrupt semi-safely, I guess. I just like, how did this happen? How do you like? Why? Ooh,
Yeah,
5%.
I don't know. I think he just annexed like two countries and the others joined the coalition, so he just ended the entire session.
Yeah, but why?
I
This
don't
is
know.
the
But
weirdest purple
like
room
you're
set
gonna
of Japan I've seen. Like normally Japan's pretty easy to unite. Here, um, quality first picks. So I guess he's going maybe ship build. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he doesn't really have an option now. Um, I'll have to look at his neighbors first. But just looking at it, I don't like. If you're going bankrupt this bad, why are you maintaining these forts that aren't really contested at all? Like maybe you could not pay for these sports that you don't need. And yeah, you want to tell me what happened here, Flappy? Besides, he got coalition and now his country is like mega shit.
I mean nothing. Just like nothing happened. I
Yeah,
don't know.
pretty
How
bad.
do you
It
lose with
happened.
how do you lose with a buff to Uesugi start?
I don't
I
know.
don't
It's
get
just
it.
I think he just like overestimated his strength and underestimated the AI, which I guess happens. But nothing really interesting happened here else than he got coalition. He has 50% autonomy in his entire country. Yeah.
Yeah, autonomy is really bad. So I mean, I guess he's gonna have to bankrupt. I don't see him recovering without the bankruptcy.
Yeah,
Unless
he can't pay this back. Yeah.
unless he can
So
get
Manchu
someone.
still gets to into Japan then?
We'll see what Manchu does, but I mean, unless Japan gets someone to finance him, which isn't that much to ask for, it's like 5 ducats is gonna save his country. He bankrupts, and then he's gonna have problems with crown land and autonomy, and it's gonna be a very long recovery.
I don't know how he will ever kill his rabbit, to be honest, when he bankrupts.
True, actually. He's gonna have problem for fireballs as well. Yeah.
I have no idea. Yeah, he has rebels in a lot of places,
Yeah, I don't
even
know
with
about
the.
this country honestly. Like,
and lots of wars exhaustion.
I mean, there's little to talk about. I don't think he has any building. He can't even run like advisors and shit properly.
Yeah,
So.
I'm not really sure what happened. I guess he just, like you said, he just overestimated his strength, went really hard, and got
Yeah.
coalition to death. But even then, AI is normally easy to manage. It's just like looking at it, it doesn't look like he built any forts.
And you can look at the
It's normally very easy to like build a fort here or some or like in strategic places and just bait AI and kill them all.
you can
But
look at the time lapse to see what happened.
oh yeah, right. I'm just saying it's usually very easy to bait AI into like dying, but he didn't
Yeah,
really
that's
build
right.
forts.
You
And
can
it's not
go
close.
higher speed. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and then he took like half of fucking Chicago in one go. That's probably what did it there.
Yeah.
And then he just kept going.
Yeah, like in the process he was fighting like ex-coalition wars.
Well, that's not very good. How do I exit this shit? I forgot. Yeah,
You,
there we go.
yeah.
But yeah, should have probably taken his time a little bit more, built forts, and then just drain the AI on them instead of like nation ruining to expand. It's pretty easy to kill the AI, especially in Japan, because you have these provinces that are amazing for AI killing, like hills here, forest. But what I imagine was happening is that Chicago was probably just walking over and sieging free this freely and like nation ruining during those wars. But yeah, not much else to say about Yusugi. He should really be reaching out diplomatically because I think that's his only salvation now. Let's look at Bora's nation, Zhangzhou. Um, got a fairly decent economy compared to Japan. It's 3 times the income. Um, yeah, a lot of it is coming from that gold mine that I added, and he devved it to fucking full on
It's
a mountain.
11, but only producing 6 somehow.
He still has
Autonomy, I
some
think.
autonomy on it. That's why. So when that gets reduced, they'll get fixed. Damn, that was a lot of dev to sink into it. I don't know if you needed to dev it all the way, like without econ, or did he have Renaissance at least?
I showed it to him. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
he would have dip points from raising provinces.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's worth it, like deving the gold mine that much, because he also has cheaper provinces to dev, and yeah, probably worth it actually. I'm just talking out my ass. Like, what else is he gonna do with the dip? So, good shit. It's just like where the income is so low. Probably just the autonomy. It should go up to like what, 8 or yeah, probably around 8 when he reduces autonomy to 0. So that's gonna be his saving grace for a little bit. What the idea? He went plutocratic first, of course. How does these armies look like? 4.6 morale. Only 50 army tradition. I was expecting that to be a bit higher.
His manpower is pretty good.
Yeah, Manchu manpower is always pretty good, but we'll have to compare it to the Chinese to get like a reference point. Not really fielding a large army right now, although he doesn't really need to. It's just a drain on economy. But when you get capped on manpower, obviously build some units so you don't just sit there regaining manpower into nowhere. His fort line, like if Japan was doing good, this would be a problem. You don't want to keep as Manchu forts on mountains because Japan can siege this, and even with the -2 on your side, you're gonna lose because you get -50 shock on mountains and like unflat terrain. So before you get into any actual wars like with Ki or Oirat or not Oirat, Bukhara or whoever, you definitely want to build a fort line on flat terrain because mountain forts are really bad for you, even when they're defensive mountain forts. They're just complete shit. And seeing as you can't really tag swap until you reach 1000 dev, I think. Yeah, you have to be Empire, so you won't be able to tag swap for a little while. You definitely might want to build some mountain forts when you can. I wanted to add the states to him, but I forgot. That's shit. But yeah, besides that, Manchu's looking alright. It's just like Bukhara's big and fucking scary, so that's gonna be a problem for him. Does Bukhara have Mongolia already? Nope, not a vassal. Oh, he doesn't have any of this. Interesting. So Manchu can expand quite a bit more west, and I'm a bit surprised that he didn't, but you know, there's still time. What's his alliances like? Allied with Ki. You want to tell us about that, Flappy?
We just didn't feel like inting early game, so we allied.
Smart.
It's like
What's
that's like all to it.
land deal? Land deal
Oh,
like?
there's no deal really. We didn't make any. It's like random.
Big brain
It-
plays.
Yeah,
So
just didn't do any border deals whatsoever.
yeah, I don't really. I mean, if he doesn't have a border deal, he should probably be eating. Oh, he vassalized Jan, and now he's integrating. I guess that's smart, because again, when you develop the gold mine, you don't really have anything to spend dip on. So he's a little bit bigger than it looks like. Does he have any other vessels? Yeah, he has this. I didn't really think about that. I never really vassalized this Manchu, just like straight out expanded because of raising. But yeah, it makes some sense. So yeah, he's got some potential. He could eat the rest of Korea, probably going to Yusugi if he can build any sort of fleet, because you know Yusugi's gonna be falling apart. And if he could get all of Japan and tag swap into Japan, he's in a pretty good position with all of like Manchuria.
You can check, but what he probably did with Yan is like he raised it and then he released it in Basel.
Where can I check if it's raised?
In the opinion. Yeah, see? Well, I guess he didn't.
No. But yeah, that would have been smarter, because one of these provinces is really high dev. I forgot which one. If oh
That's the coastal ones.
oh yeah, it's the
this
commendator.
one.
I guess he didn't get that one. So yeah, I think the route for Manchu here is to form Japan, honestly, and go land Japan build, because you know Japan's dying big time right now, and if we can maintain like an alliance with Ki and some peace with Bukhara, going into Japan is a pretty good idea for Manchu right now. He just needs to build some navy and, you know, land, which shouldn't be too much of an issue because Japan's falling apart. But that's it for Manchu. I'm just gonna try and like skim over a lot of these because we have a lot of nations to cover and I don't want to spend too much time doing it. It doesn't look like anyone in Asia got victory cards yet. Is this showing up right? I got a victory card. Why didn't they glow?
No idea.
Maybe if I go to spectate? I thought everyone's victory cards are supposed to show up. Apparently not. I guess I'll just have to check nations individually. Um, 22 income, that's less than Manchu. Not surprisingly because, you know, gold mine. Up on ideas, it's a lot more than Manchu does. Up on tech, yeah, the mana farm in China is pretty good. You said that some Chinese, who died? You died, and
Yu and Shun kinda died. I mean, Shun was still playing by the end of the session, but he essentially got coalitioned as well and bankrupted, I think.
yikes. Yeah, the meta in China is to just consolidate early on, like very slowly, and farm humiliations and just like show strengths and get a bunch of mana and a huge advantage, and then to go berserk, which is what he's doing, I think, and doing it pretty well because he's gonna scale very well when he starts expanding now. Yeah, you're humiliating as we speak.
Yeah, it's just like about deving and building at this point.
Yeah, and you have a lot of good shit to dev. Like all the trade
Yeah.
goods here are amazing. Silk, paper, yeah, just very good stuff. Did you take any commendatories yet? I don't.
Just Beijing.
Where the fuck is Beijing?
Like next to the forts.
Oh, right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. What does it give? Oh. Isn't it supposed to give a double bonus?
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
so.
National unrest. You're
Oh, it
missing
does
cap.
actually. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. -2 national unrest. I wonder what the other nearby ones give. Ooh, innovativeness gain plus 50%.
And
Maybe you should make sure
Loyang
that,
is prestige.
maybe you should make sure that you get that, because that 50% is pretty decent. Where's the
Yeah, it's
one you
fine.
said? This one?
Loyang, I think, is prestige. One prestige.
Oh yeah, nice. So, yeah, pretty good to just snake into those and then go hard.
True.
It looks like you're maintaining aggressive expansion, like on a limit though, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be a hard expansion. Unless you can like ally someone big like Bukhara or Yi, and then that's gonna help with the aggressive expansion a little bit.
I mean, it's fine as long as I'm running like high level advisors and deving, right? Because like 40% of my development is just out of deving.
Yeah. Yeah, everything. Oh, I have the thing. I don't have to check it.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. That is so convenient.
Yep.
That's a lot of deving done. I should have checked that for the other nations. I'll check going forward. But yeah, pretty good shit.
That's okay.
It's very okay. Good job, Flappy.
Thank you.
How's Beijing Note doing? You're almost at 50%, making a lot of money there. Why didn't you improve the centers of trade?
I don't know, just like workshops were a priority or something, I guess.
Weird.
You should
Man.
also look at like buildings at countries.
Yes, that is a very good point. We should look at buildings.
Okay, never mind.
Do not look at buildings.
Don't
Bad at the
look at
game.
them.
Look at this. Look at those 3 production houses that you should
Yeah.
have.
Wow,
I probably
Bad at the
should.
game.
wow, Flappy.
Yeah.
Good job. You built the tax buildings though, so.
Yeah, well, they're nasty though.
I
Were you
don't like
exploiting
building them,
tax?
but this game I did.
Ooh, that is a chunky tax exploit. Why aren't you doing this
Sure.
on cooldown?
I'm damn doing it on a cooldown. Check the other ones.
But not Beijing. God. Bad player. Bad player.
Oh, I'm not doing it for Beijing because it's like the age objective, and also I have like this bug where I did like 70 humiliates, but it doesn't count for the age objective, so I can't fire golden ear if I want it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, you still have 3 out of.
No, it's
You still
because
have-
I have terrain.
How did you
Finito.
discover?
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't-
Got
I can't
Yeah,
fire it.
Maybe centers of trade. How many do you have? 1, 2, 3.
I can't.
You could get 4.
I mean, I could. It's just like it shouldn't be there, right? It's just...
Yeah, it's weird. Let's see if it fixes it. Like maybe a rehost would have fixed it. If not, we should probably save fix that because I completely believe that you had more than one humiliate then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like when we rehost it'll get fixed after this war, so you can fire.
Okay.
Otherwise we would have safe fixed that because that's just kind of bullshit.
It's fine.
Alright, let's look at Wu. Is Wu played, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Who's on Wu? Frozen Iceberg Chinaman in brackets. Nice. How is he doing? How much deving did he do? You did about 60 clicks, right? Oh, 64, nice. About the same. Running level 1 advisors though. I wonder how he got so much mana generation. Like, did he just have a better humiliate farm?
No idea.
He even got cheaper advisors from his team. Well connected.
Ooh, and making some money. I don't really know why running these at low level.
I mean, they're pretty old, some of them.
Yeah, but you know, you could hire new ones always.
Yeah, fair point.
It looks like he probably already popped his medical mines event, so that might have played into the mana generation a little bit.
His humiliate rivals unchecked as well. That's weird. No one got it.
I mean, maybe he didn't, but I don't know.
I'm sure he did. Weird. 17.8 income, that's a bit less than key. 4.18 morale, that's less than key as well. I think he's got some professionalism banked up though, that's nice. I wonder if he was drilling or what. You wouldn't get this much from drilling. Just nice to see. Probably got that 5 discipline event, that's always nice to get. Pluto Econ, correct pick. He's ahead of you on ideas.
True, because he rushed Advent 7, which I guess is fine, yeah.
Shameful display, Flappy. Shameful display.
He's on mill focus still. Probably want to change that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely want to change the mill focus to admin so you burn through econ. Maybe keep it until you get tech 7 and then switch. But yeah, besides that, let's take a look at his buildings. Where's the building button? Am I blind? Yes, I am. He built more than you too, Flappy. What the fuck? You're supposed to be the shining example. Bad.
Look at his tributaries if you want to blame him. But he's playing well.
He's playing pretty well.
Like, that's both of the Chinese did. They like tributared half of China.
Oh, that's pretty good.
What's
He
the-
can just cancel them and lose AE.
Wait, do you lose AE when you cancel them?
No, you can like fake collision wars, or you can fight collision wars and like give them up, and you lose like AE.
Oh, that's mega smart. That is really smart. Wow, that's a good strat for China. I'm gonna use that next time. And in the meanwhile, you just get free shit from them. I mean, you don't get a lot, but you know, it's a nice way to fuck off coalitions. Pretty smart. So I wonder if he'll do what the last Wu did and go into Japan. Japan's like a very tempting target for a lot of people now. Even Key could like an OCB into Japan. It's just like getting all of this is pretty worth it. I wonder who's gonna go for it. I have a feeling it'll be Malacca, but we'll get to that when we get to that and when we see Malacca. Not much else to see here. Pretty early on. No victory cards. Diplo-wise, allied with Khmer, allied with Yi and Shenzhen.
It's AI.
Yeah. And rivaled with just AI. So yeah, nothing really too crazy. I don't think he got any commendatories. I should probably be sorting by dev. Nope, that's not it. This doesn't help because I'm very colorblind.
No,
So all of these look the same to me. But I
I
don't.
mean, he hasn't taken Hangzhou or Nanjing.
So yeah, I don't think he got any commendatories. But yeah, that's it for Wu. You died. We're gonna look at Shun and then Yi. If there's anything to see in Shun, I don't think I proclaimed him dead. He didn't really ask for it, so I'm assuming he's coming back next session. This is like a second Japanese situation going on here. 6 income, and at least he's not losing money, but you know, it's not great. Behind on ideas. No Diplo. Taking knowledge sharing with. Wouldn't it be better to just let it like spread passively at this point? Especially as
Probably not.
Oh, I don't think so.
he
Would
doesn't
take too
have
long.
any money. I don't know. I don't really know what went so wrong here. I guess he didn't lose that much to coalitions either, did he?
Half of his country.
Half of his country.
He
Okay,
just
so-
kind of AFK'd, I think. Oh.
Oh, I missed it. They should have a fucking bar so you could go back. How much did he lose? Let's go speed. It's around here. Okay, yeah, he lost a fair bit, I guess, but even still, like, he didn't really expand as much as the other ones did, and I don't really. Yeah, I guess it was just misplayed or AFK'd.
It's his first MP game, so
Yeah, fair enough. It's a tough situation to be in the first MP game. The estates are mismanaged since it's his first MP game. I'm just gonna explain that a little bit. You want to be around. Well, you want to be above 10% to begin with, like at the start, because you get the most bonuses. You should assign them all the privileges for admin, Diplo, and mill. And then on top of that, once you do that and then seize land back to like a normal level, you also want to sell titles on cooldown and then seize until the point where you want to push for higher manpower and then you seize all the land. But to begin with, the money you get from sale of titles is really significant, and it like gives you a huge bonus. Because even now it's 92 ducats and you're earning 6 per month, so that's what, like fucking 15 months worth of income. It's pretty significant, and it scales up with your income. And it also scales up the lower your crown land is. So if you have 10% crown land, this is going to be a lot more money. So it's very important, and yeah, on top of that, the mana is even more important. Besides the mana, you also wanna. Oh, he's keeping them happy. That's good at least. So he's managing them correctly in that way. But you also want to get this 100% of the time, because you know more manpower is always good. And from the clergy, there's not really anything else you should have taken. Just religious state, and then they're still gonna be on 50. That's it for Shun. Let's take a look at Yi. 16 income, 3.94 morale. That's pretty low compared to the rest. I wonder why that is.
it just has like a low power projection and I guess
Yeah,
armor tradition.
power projection, and I think you two got it in ideas. No.
No, I'm done.
Yeah, power projection and armor tradition. Then for sure, there's nothing else because his prestige is pretty good. But yeah, it's not a major difference. And when he finishes his ideas, he gets this, which is insane. So
True.
pretty good situation so far. Saving up money for something. Should be building these workshops instead. Sorry.
Bless you.
Yeah, even the grain one is 0.22 per month, 0.18. These are all good, but build them on copper first, and then dev the copper provinces if they're like not like mountains or some bullshit. But this one's pretty important. And running level 1 advisors, army maintenance.
Look at his deving.
Yeah, significantly less than the other two Chinese that we looked at. He managed to expand well, but he's not really scaling as well as the other two. Especially not as well as Key, sorry. Try and utilize your money better. Lower maintenance when not at war. You can lower the forts as well unless you're expecting to be attacked, but seeing as you're not even bordering a player, I don't really see that happening. And I mean, your coalition, I don't think this is gonna fire. But yeah, even if
It's
it does,
not.
you have tributaries you can just instantly release to lower AE. In the meanwhile, I think you just need to chill a little bit. And here's your problem: you expanded too much, and now you don't have any possible rivals among the AI. So you can't really be farming power projection or mana like the other two are. So they're gonna leave you behind, and they already have in ideas and tech soon enough. So you should try and fix that by getting better advisors and hoping, like, if you can rival any AI, you should do that and start hitting them for power projection instead of expanding so much, because you're this amount of provinces is just not utilized at the moment correctly, and that's the key in playing China. You can expand really quickly and then crash, or you can just like do it steadily and be really strong. He's got some loans, nothing really too serious. I guess he's saving to pay those off.
Yeah, burger loans.
He's got one burger loan, so you shouldn't really rush to pay off that 1%, but pay this off because 4% loans are bad. And if you can take the burger loan again, I would do that.
You don't even have to reward. If you pay off the other burger loan, it automatically rewards.
Yeah, so pay off the other one, then take the new burger loan and build your production buildings to get some more income.
You should be selling as well.
Yeah, you're sitting on a lot of crown land. Before I revoked the privilege, they were loyal, so you can easily sell and then seize again. They're not gonna revolt because again I revoked the privilege, so now they're disloyal. But if you don't, they're gonna be fine. So you seize, then no, you sell, then you seize, and you're gonna be above 20. And you also need to do some more stuff with your estates. You're stating it +2 stab, so you're not gonna need to stab up like in the short term. So probably take this to discount the advisors a little bit. And what else is there? You can take the added loyalty if you want. It's always good because there's nothing else here that's really great for you. But yeah, that's it. The country's played alright. It's just I think he's expanding too fast and he's gonna fall behind because he can't scale as much now. Diplomatically, allied to Khmer and Wu. Some coalition against him, rival to Ava, although I think that's just for power projection. I don't see the two of them fighting. Oh, Ava's also rival to Khmer. That might actually be trouble brewing, but we'll see next session. I looked at all the Chinese now, so we're gonna go into Khmer. I'm just gonna mute for like 1 second to blow my nose. I'm never gonna get over this cold. It's fucking annoying. Who's Khmer played by?
By Stanley.
Your Stanley?
What?
Do you know the guy?
No, I don't.
Well, why are you calling him your Stanley? It's kind of weird.
I said by Stanley. What do you mean?
Oh, I thought you said my Stanley. Sorry.
You didn't know Flappy's a freak by now?
I knew Flap is a freak. It's just like he
Super
surprises me
freak.
still. Rivaled with Ava and Malacca. I'm guessing they're gonna
Interesting.
come into blows. Allied with the Chinese, like we've already seen. He's got a pretty good king if he's already at he's already at Econ. So really lucky to get the 6 mil. Although Craven kind of sucks if this war fires. So yeah, you might wanna work on killing this guy if you think the war is gonna happen soon. But we'll look at that in a minute. I don't know how ready they are. Econ wise, 16
Yeah,
income.
you definitely want. You probably want to kill him before he forms Familia, if you're going to kill him.
Yep. 3.6 morale. He's at very high power projection. The prestige is killing it, and also relatively low army tradition. 3 vessels. So he's fairly big. Just looks smaller. Vessels
I'm not sure how
have
big he is, but
144 dev among them, so his dev is pretty much doubled when he integrates this, and he's already integrating Champa. Culture-wise, the same thing that the last player did here. You have like big unaccepted cultures, but maybe he's waiting to integrate Champa to accept their culture, because actually these are pretty. There's not a lot of dev here, so I don't know. I would probably accept this for now. Central tie. Yeah, and there's a
You
fair
still have
amount
more of a tanker.
and there's a fair amount of dev in it, so you're only gonna have more. Although it's Ava's vassal now. Fort line wise, he has a farmlands fort
That's
here and another savannah fort here, which is
look at the
absolutely. Sorry.
look at the cores that Ava's vassal has on camera. Then that's very aggressive.
Yeah, that's gotta be concerning. So I think this war's gonna fire relatively soon. So you want to try and kill your king, and also, if possible, you can't take the burger loans, so you might just need to loan up and build a better fort line, because having a farmland here and savannah here is pretty bad. You can instead have jungle in the north and jungle here, and then another fort here, and that leaves some of your provinces exposed, but at least your heartland's protected by a hill and a jungle fort.
Sukhothai his vassal?
Yes.
He just needs to put a fort there because that's a jungle, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. So, but that's gonna be adjacent then. Oh yeah, just fort here
It can
and
be
fort on the
adjacent
hills.
if it's a vassal.
Oh, they can?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
But yeah, you
it just deletes itself if you integrate it.
definitely want to fix your fort line before the war fires. Roll for
How's he on tech?
roll for a morale advisor. He's ready to take the next deck, so that's really tech 6 isn't tech he's behind.
Yeah, I'm just saying he
People are
needs
gonna
one
be
more
taking
tech.
people are gonna be taking 7 now, so he's a bit behind. He can fire his 5 morale mission though easily, so that's gonna help him somewhat. He can also sell titles, so that's gonna help him build forts. I would just focus on preparing for war as this country, because I think that's what's happening. You'd also want to
It
start
could be
rolling
worth
for a
promoting.
morale advisor. Yeah, Mitch?
Or promote that discipline advisor if you can afford it. I think you can. It's minus 50.
I think morale is much more important this early on. Like, keep the discipline advisor
Well,
for the peacetime, but if...
no, I mean the 3 discipline would get the event, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, it's his culture, so promote this guy and hope to get the event. So that would be very good for you.
For those who don't know, the if you have a level 3 discipline advisor, you can get it at an event with a mean time to happen of 5 years for 10 discipline for 5 years.
Yeah.
Which is really helpful in a war.
And it only happens once per campaign, so you want to know those events and utilize them correctly. And I think he should be utilizing it here, because I mean, we'll see how Ava and Malacca look, but I also saw Ava's allied to Bengal, so Ava doesn't really have any external threats. So this situation looks like it's getting a bit risky for Khmer. Let's take a look at
You can
Ava.
also I would talk to Bengal too.
Yeah, definitely. Bengal
he's a
has
good
interest in expanding into Ava. I just don't think he will. Alright, let's take a look at Ava.
Yikes. Prestige and legitimacy issues.
Yeah, I was expecting Ava to be stronger. Khmer might not have so many things to worry about. He's also 700 in debt.
He has a worse income.
Sorry?
It's a worse income by like 50% than Khmer.
Yeah, Khmer had 18, he has 13, so yeah, that's pretty bad. He can sell titles.
Yes,
he's
it's,
also sitting. He's
his
also
estates are horrible.
monopoly on gems. This is horrible setup. Doesn't have any of the mana bonuses. Monopoly on gems is really horrible. You never want to give monopoly on gems. It's like the best trade good early on. And
Does he have the power cost right now? In the burgers? +5 power cost?
No, he
no.
doesn't.
No.
Okay, sorry. I thought that was the picture for it.
Yeah, this nation's not managed properly at all. That's the big issue here.
At
Also,
culture,
no cultures accepted. You want to fix
I
that.
would accept. I would accept 3 of them right now.
Really behind on ideas. Shit. That is bad. Very much behind on ideas. Crap. I think he's got the lowest amount of ideas that we've seen so far. Yeah,
You have a lot of
Shun has 3.
tributaries, which can limit you for your
No
expansion.
dev clicks.
0 dev clicks. I wonder where all the mana went. I mean, there's not much mana generation to begin with because he's not getting the bonus from power projection and the bonuses from estates. But
He hasn't done any of the state interactions either.
fix your estates immediately. You want to get the mill one because you know you're catching up on mill, and you want to get the admin one because you'll need to catch up on admin as well. You can also seize immediately, and if you manage to dev for 0.2%, let's see where the cheapest dev would be for you. Obviously, put on the edict too, but you know, I'm just
There isn't any edict in this mod, Mr. Chashmet. You removed it.
right. And then you can sell titles, and you're on 10% safely, and you fixed a number of your issues. You have better mana generation. You paid off some of your loans, and you manage the estates properly. You want this gone as soon as possible. This is horrible. It's tanking your income. Like the gems alone should be a big part of your economy. Further than that, you also want to go through and exploit all the text dev that you can, and
I didn't want to do that yet.
start
I wouldn't do
building
that until.
workshops, because especially when the workshop here is going to be really, really big.
What's his autonomy like?
Way high.
Not that bad, honestly. So, but
He could be like
re-
20% strong if he just reduces all of that though.
reduce autonomy everywhere. Definitely don't go to war with Khmer. If you're getting baited into it by Malaya or something, you need to fix your nation first. Like, you're just gonna die to Yi if you do this. Stab up so you can get prosperity. Never sit on 0 stab because it just completely negates your prosperity growth, and you don't have prosperity anywhere. So I'm gonna guess he was in 0 stab from the start. That's really bad because having full prosperity, as you can see, is very, very important. Dev cost 25% goods produced, and autonomy reduction. And with the goods that you have here, like all of your goods are really good. You definitely want that bonus for goods produced because it's just really significant for your economy. And that's all I can say to fix this nation. But I really hope the player looks at this video because otherwise he's just gonna die. This nation is really bad at the moment. It can be fixed. It's just like horrible at the moment. It's the weakest one we've looked at. I think it's even worse off than Shun. Well, it's not worse than Japan, but I think Japan's dead.
And don't be afraid to ask staff for advice on how to play the meta and stuff.
Let's take a look at Malacca. 21 income, so doing pretty well, you know, compared to the rest. He got the gold mine, which for some reason the previous Malacca players, except for Habibi in the previous season, didn't do. Like, I don't.
It's on 50 autonomy.
Yeah, that's not very good, but he reduced it, so he can't really do much more about it. I'm gonna guess it was occupied by rebels, and that
You can probably put the state edict on. It's probably worth it.
spiked the autonomy. Yeah, that would be worth it for the gold mine, definitely. You wouldn't be losing much money maintaining the edict. Trade setup, pulling out of Siam, Burma, Canton, and Maluka. Yeah, trade setup's pretty nice. I mean, it's optimal. Idea-wise, went Explo first. That's always a very risky move, and especially if you're rival to Khmer, that is very risky. Your alliance with Ava isn't going to save you if Khmer wants to attack here. So I would definitely recommend some Diplo be done, because otherwise you're going to regret going Explo first, because you're just going to be so far behind quality when Khmer finishes up his ideas. And I don't get why Khmer went quality first. That's weird, but because, like, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe is Kemer has a fairly big fleet. Is he building heavies?
He has 6 heavies.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I
How
think,
much does Malaya have?
Malaya has 6 heavies too. And I don't think he
So
has any.
Cameron's gonna win that sea battle.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Quality.
Malaya has more lights, but I don't think the quality is that different because it's Malaya doesn't have any ideas yet.
Well, it's Malacca, so if you
Ooh, actually, that what the fuck? Oh, he's not maintaining them. Yeah, the morale of navies is the same.
and he has +5 combat ability.
And durability as well, doesn't it?
Who, Khmer?
Yeah,
With the
yeah,
quality.
with
Oh yeah,
quality.
yeah. So I think Khmer wins the naval battle here, which is very
I
scary for
mean,
Malacca.
you always want to playtest that. So
Also, another country where the states are mismanaged horribly. I mean, I guess he was seizing at least. So, but do you want to get the mill points before seizing? In my opinion. Oh,
mill
actually,
and
yeah.
admin points.
Never mind, because he went explo, so it doesn't matter that much to him. But
Mill and admin though are points you want to get in 1444
yeah, but
generally.
he's not, because he
He's
went
focusing
explo.
admin.
So, yeah,
Well, he's
focusing
also
admin is
behind
a
an
bit
admin tech
weird.
though.
I guess he's focusing admin to get the next idea group and start filling that out. He doesn't have any subjects. Majapahit and Brunei are independent. So he has quite a bit more expansion to do. I just, it's pretty concerning seeing the situation, and I would be doing Diplo if I was him, because it's problematic now, especially seeing as his capital is on the peninsula, on mainland, and he doesn't have any forts. So,
What's his force limit?
force limit of 33, manpower almost tapped, although he can maintain a fair amount of mercs, I'm assuming. No professionalism.
And tech, it's mill tech wise. Does he have the advantage there?
He's up on
He
top.
does. He does.
Yeah.
Cameron's behind, if you remember.
This is a weird region, weird Indochina, because if any one of these three played like properly, they would just roll over the other two. And it's kind of disappointing to see that all three of them had misplays and they're all behind and no one can get the upper hand because they're just like played poorly. Maybe Bengal just rolls in. Okay. Alright, Bengal 35 income, really good. That's the highest we've seen so far. Where's the dev clicks? 40 dev clicks, that's almost as much as the Chinese. That's really impressive. Seeing his, mana generation here is horrible compared to the Chinese.
He's a 366,
Yeah,
pretty bold. Yeah, that's pretty lucky.
Yeah, and a very good air as well.
He asked me
wanna
if
get
he
your
could
PP up.
disinherit his there. I told him no.
I would definitely keep this.
It's at 12 points.
Especially seeing as he's behind on ideas, so he's gonna need to fill out econ next, and the 6 admin air is gonna be perfect for that. He's really behind on ideas. I don't want to look at Indian estates. Like if anyone's watching and like wondering how to play states well, just go to the Ava or Khmer or whatever segment and look there. I'm not gonna teach every person individually how to play states properly. I'm assuming Bengal played properly because he's a decent player. But
You might want to sell with 29% though.
sorry.
He has 29% crown and you might want to sell that.
Yeah, but like, I don't want to be teaching everyone.
yeah,
for
He might
states.
want to switch religion into Hindu and then he loses half of his states. So
Hindu is
Yeah,
also really fucking good religion. That what's the event for the air? You always get like
Surya
child
Surya.
of Surya.
yeah, child of
Surya.
Surya.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
minimum 444.
Hindu would also allow him to get the Diplo points from estates.
Yeah. So I mean, Sun is just not very good in general. Although I did buff it a little bit. I gave him clergy loyalty, equilibrium, and admin tech cost. But it's still like not the best religion out
Sunni
there.
is fine in the mod if you know how to use it.
Yeah, but I just feel like he has better options here. I think he could also switch to Sikh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, once the event fires.
So those might be better. You can also switch to Sikh and then by decision switch to Shia as well, and Shia is better in my opinion.
I think you should have full annexed Orissa in 1444 to get the vassals for free.
Yeah.
You didn't do that.
Don't really know what happened in India.
In 1444, wasn't he allied to Bahmanis and had to defend him against Vichy?
Yeah, I can fill that in if you guys want.
Go for it.
I mean, you should never do that as Bengal, in my opinion.
Yeah. On a Bengal, basically, yeah, he defended me from VJ. VJ called in Malwa and decked on me in like 45 or something, and he sent 18k troops. We won 1 or 2 battles, and then he got his 18k picked off, and then sort of just chilled, and I won the rest on my own. But I think he lost the opportunity to do the full annex Orissa by helping me.
Yeah, but it's usually in Bengal's best interest to let Bengal and VJ beat each other up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But you know, either way, Bengal's in a pretty good spot. Looks like he consolidated his trade node, got a little bit of Doab as well. Diplo-wise, allied to Bahmanis and Ava, rivaled with Delhi and Bukhara. Mewar seems pretty isolated here. Mewar is allied to Timurids. Interesting.
Yeah, there's a death war going on there in the west.
We'll get
Indian
to that.
allying to Timmy's.
Get to that in a minute.
Painful.
Besides that, Bengal did get this 1k, and it's a really easy one. So, congrats on that. He's up on tech at least, really behind on ideas, like we said. Mill 3.6 morale, not really amazing, but you know, with his econ, I think he just can roll over Indochina, which might be what happens. Although he's allied to Ava, which I don't get, because this would be such easy expansion for him right now. But
especially since India is pretty strong in comparison.
yeah, he's much stronger than all 3 of them. So
yeah, well, yeah, and he's not gonna move into Bahamas or Delhi anytime soon.
yeah, he's not gonna have an easy time getting in here or going north. Like, I don't think he's ever gonna go north with Bukhara being this strong. So I think he's going to have to drop the alliance with Ava and go east. And if he doesn't, he's just gonna get outscaled by everyone else. Because we'll get to Bahmanis in a second, but this node here is the best node in the game, and just holding this, it's so much money and so much scaling, it's insane. Bahmanis is gonna outscale Bengal 10 times over, and Delhi's as well. So yeah, Bengal really needs to be going east or punching west if there's a death war going on here, but I don't know if that's his plan. Yeah, he's just at war with AI, and he can't ally Timurids right now. I don't know if he can join this war. Let's see how long it has been. We have that 2-year rule. This started 75. It's been 3 years, so he can't join that war, but he can deck a separate one, I guess. But it doesn't look like he's gearing up to do that, so yeah. If I was Bengal, I would be going east. Anyway, let's go take a look at the plans.
Okay, well, Delhi's about to bankrupt apparently. Yeah, that could be an opportunity.
Delhi's got 7-8 years for bankruptcy, but we'll look later.
Let's look at Bahmanis. At war with some AI, consolidating Coromandel slowly. I'm just gonna mute Nabiho real quick. There we go. Yeah, when Bahmanis consolidates Coromandel, that's just gonna be such a strong nation. He's already the highest income we've seen. Pretty a good amount of dev clicks, all of them under mill as well, and he is curiously behind on mill ideas, but it devved a lot to mill. But
the bankruptcy.
Did he bankrupt from Bahmanis?
I did bankrupt.
Okay, makes sense.
I mean, yeah, Bengal helped, but he didn't help enough to avoid a bankruptcy. It was like 2k in debt, 1448. So.
Hey, I bankrupted 3 times this VJ in my Purple Room Monday game that just happened on Monday, and it's 1480 right now. So you're doing well in comparison.
Yikes!
All right.
I've done 3 deaths.
If you're alive, you're alive.
You checked out Bahmanis events before going into the war because you have the support of the Guardians.
Yeah, the 5% morale.
Yeah.
took that.
I think
Yeah.
Pretty
last
strong
season someone
nation.
didn't know that.
Looks like you're recovering from the bankruptcy pretty well as well. The autonomy is reduced in most places to almost nothing.
Yeah, those are just two vassals I just integrated that and I'll click after I peace
this is
out.
gonna be a very nice integrate here. Like, just like you can't overstate how strong Coromandel node is. It's insane.
All those cloth provinces, as soon as you get manufacturers on them, the income of the node just
Cloth, spices, silk. You
So-
have 3 gem provinces, 4 gem provinces. It's like, it is by far the
Seven.
strongest node.
Seven
and,
gem provinces.
What?
Yes and no.
there's 7
it's
total.
Nice right
Oh,
now,
not in
but
Coromandel.
Coromandel
There's
is gonna
6 in
get
Coromandel.
Yeah, 1 in Decon, but that's with the goods, 5 goods produced or whatever
It's
bullshit.
such an insane node. Like,
Yeah, but it's still to mid and late game. It has an issue that it leaks a lot.
yeah,
So you
but
can-
you know,
hire-
you want to
nice
expand
for
by
now,
that
but-
point.
Yeah.
By that
At
point, you
you
want to go towards
Gujarat,
Hormuz at
Hormuz,
least.
or-
Yeah.
Yeah, Gujarat, Hormuz, or Gulf of Aden, or Zanzibar for that
I
matter.
think Hormuz is like the most realistic
Yeah.
target, but yeah, really,
It's not a must either. But,
really
like you
good
can
nation.
stay in Coromandel.
Strongest one we've seen so far. The victory card, again, a very easy spawned on VJ, so that's going to be, I mean, not easy because you have to death war, but it spawned after the death war, I'm assuming, because it spawns in 14. Oh,
Yeah, 1450.
Yeah, and I think VJ died pretty quickly, so that's it for Bakhmanis. Let's take a look at Mewar. So we have Mewar and Timurids versus Delhi and
QQ.
Oh, QQ. I thought Bukhara's in this for some reason.
It's functionally just Moa versus the like
Yeah,
the Reds and
basically.
QQ can't fight each other. It's like just too many mountain forts, so a functional push. But
Well,
we'll get
looks like QQ's pushing. He's got a mountain fort here.
yeah, he just gets that though. He can't go any further on. But anyway, we'll get to that. Yeah, it's Moa and Delhi 1v1.
Well, if it's Mewar Delhi 1v1, it still seems pretty even.
I have much better quality.
Mewar is winning.
Delhi has a little bit more trips. Let's take a look at quality. 4.48 on Mewar.
And that's without Pluto, because I put quantity. Ideas.
Yeah, but pretty good econ.
I was baited into taking quantity by
Gold.
Flappy.
Yeah, 7. But even without the gold,
Cope.
the econ is really
Cope.
good.
I mean, without quantity,
Losing
of
a
course,
lot
it would
of
be like
sockets,
30,
though.
so yeah.
Well, you have to, like when you're in a death war.
Yeah.
If he feels.
Well, I just mean,
So how is the war going? It looks like Delhi's getting pushed in.
I beat him in some major battles, did like more casualties, and I'm pushing him right now.
Yeah, it looks like Delhi's falling back, and this is all of his army. That's all that Delhi has right now, so
Yeah.
Mewar has a huge advantage because...
More on the hidden.
you just click on Delhi versus Mewar quickly to see the troops in the litter.
Yeah, I did. But the battle, so he has to reinforce. The battle
Yeah.
was just finished. So he only has 36,000 fielded right now, so that's...
There's another one under his
Under the
capital,
stacks.
under my stacks, under Meva stack.
Mewar stacks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's more. But either way, after this battle, I think Mewar has a good opportunity to push and siege down a lot of shit, because I would be sieging down
Mewar's
this
also
fort, though.
retreating with 30k there.
Wouldn't it be better to siege down this fort, though?
I just
protect the
know the
capital?
other one is at Raslan Sword, and it like is part of his economy. I want to like kill his economy first.
Yeah, it's
Get
Delhi.
me back up
Delhi's
faster.
9 tax. It's
I mean, at this point, killing economy is not that important because he already has taken max loans.
yeah.
Yes.
On the other hand, you only like effectively you have less money available to you. You have only 7k you can take, and he has 10k. So
Yes, but if I stick on him, he's gonna
don't
lose more
take
money.
it. Yeah, don't start slacking.
So why don't Timurids and QQ just peace out then if they're not doing anything?
I don't know, sir.
They didn't say
Yet to
anything.
do it.
Weird.
I mean, this is a great session where there's like dipper to be done there.
Yeah.
Like I could
But-
technically go over, like let QQ push some of my forts and go over and try to
Yeah.
finish off.
To be fair, I didn't want it for Delhi was the one decking.
Yeah, they decked on us.
Really good amount of deving, but yeah, that's about it for Mewar. He got this 1k on Delhi, And we saw the war from Mawar's side. He's got 4.5 morale, which is really nice. Golden Euro not popped, and doesn't look like you can. Oh, you can soon when the Renaissance spreads everywhere. So that's going to be pretty big if you can do that during the war. Let's take a look at
So he
Delhi.
doesn't have discovered new world.
I don't
You had
think
that
I will
problem,
pop it. I'm gonna save it for
Tarek.
later.
Yeah, but he had other two, did he?
No.
Oh no.
I
my
could
bad.
upgrade trade centers, but
You
not
can't
anymore.
while at war.
Yep.
You can dev your capital more.
On the other hand, like, what's going to be the aftermath of this war? The aftermath of the war is going to be a very poor Delhi and a very poor Mewa.
Yeah, we both have to bankrupt most likely.
Yeah, and next to you have a Bengal and Bahamanis who are friends to each other, and there is expansion space.
Yes, so I
Has
didn't want
run
to fight
out.
this war.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad call on Delhi's part to start this war, especially seeing as Delhi grew his nation quite well, and he didn't really need to debt war like this, especially if Timi wasn't encroaching. It's a bit weird
Timurid
to do
is
this.
weaker than Delhi.
Yeah, Delhi is
Easily.
pretty strong. It's a bit weird that he would go for this debt war. So he's losing 143 per month, has 9.54k in. Let's see how long that's gonna last him.
Like 7-8 years.
To keep in mind, he's going to lose more land, more money as I siege him from that.
Yeah, 5.5 years. So he doesn't have a lot of time. He can brace corruption for a little bit, although you can only go up to 10 corruption in the mod.
Sort of nation ruining to a degree, though.
Sale of I
Taking
mean,
corruption.
if you're dying,
You use this where you die, though.
This
No,
is
yeah.
war.
Just
You
mean-
win or you die.
Yeah.
Even if you win, you might still die to your neighbors. So.
and he doesn't have sale of titles, so he has 10,000 effectively that he can raise. So that raises him to how long? I'll close the calculator. God dang it. Divided by how much is he losing? 146 divided by 12. 5.7 years. So not a lot of time to figure this war out. But I think time's still on his side because Mewar has less money available. So yeah, the war not going very well. He lost his capital. The war goal is Mewat, and that is where.
Right next to
It's
where
right
the
next
battle
to
is.
Delhi.
So yeah, when this fort falls, that's going to be pretty hard to get. What did he go for? He didn't finish quality yet. So.
Oh,
Behind
Daily
on
we
it.
on
can
three
start
ideas.
Golden Age. Like, he should hammer it like yesterday.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Oh,
what?
no, that's...
No,
he
he
does
can.
have
He
it.
has 3.
Yeah, he can.
So he can start the
Hello?
golden age.
Is that
That
what
helps with his
Discovery
money, too.
America?
And this is morale, yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe good produce allows him to take a few more loans, I don't know.
Well, we'd have to do a month.
Need
But
to
I
know.
really don't want to reload for that.
Yeah,
But yeah, probably.
no, I guess not, because if Accra wouldn't have been sieged down, maybe then. But yeah. It's so.
Still pretty
Ten morale should
pretty
help.
important because of the morale, yeah.
Well, it's gonna lose land to rebels. In the north.
I'm sure he can fix that before they break off.
It's another 33 months, yeah.
He can also exploit dev in a lot of land. That's gonna help him a little bit. It's like all of the shit that you want to think about when you're death warring, but yeah, looks a little bit grim for Delhi. I think Mewar's the one I'm rooting. Well, not rooting, but the one I think will win in this war.
Or will he really win?
I wouldn't see a clear cut if Delhi fires Golden Age, I think.
It's still, like you said though, like no one's really the winner here, because the outcome of the war is just going to be two broken nations. One of them is going to have a couple extra provinces, and then they're going to get fucked by their neighbors.
Yeah, I think Bahamanis and Bengal are going to be the winners here.
Definitely, or even Bukhara's on the border, so yeah.
Yeah, the ever-looming Bukhara.
Bukhara ever looming everywhere.
Bukhara's on the border of everyone.
Yep. But that's it for Delhi. Let's take a look at Timurids.
I'd say this nation is about 15 years behind in every aspect that exists.
loaned up a little bit, not too bad. So behind on ideas, not as behind as Delhi is.
Check tech, check institution.
Yikes! Yeah, that's not.
Tech is fine. Don't whine so
I
much.
mean, having 6 mil
Ideas
is good,
as
but
well.
not running a admin advisor is kind of weird, champ. Yeah, not that behind on tech and ideas. Although institution, yeah, I know how institutions are playing Timurids. It's absolute nightmare getting institution. But yeah, the way
can move your capital
the way you
around
fix
to clear
that
up.
is you consolidate this little region here and move your capital and just dev all these 20, well, except for the mountain provinces. Or Iraq if you can get Iraq, but seeing as
Yeah,
you can't
but I
get
need to
Iraq,
kill
this is
QQ for that.
yeah, this is your best region, and you know that's gonna help you with spreading institutions, just getting it in Tehran and the neighboring provinces. Anyway, what's the morale like? 4.37. Do you
I
have?
haven't taken my morale idea from nationals yet. I haven't clicked my Indian raid mission. If you scroll down, but I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
unless
I clicked that one, but scroll like further down.
I mean, unless this is a death war for you, I wouldn't. I would look to peace out of this and like just not give access to QQ if Delhi wants to just white base you. Because again, when two of them are done fighting, they're dead, and you can just stroll in and form Mughals. But
I wouldn't form Mughals in this position.
why not? Oh, because capital.
Mughals is all. Well, no, Mughals is only really good when you're strong enough to actually get your whole cultured to get the whole culture of a region. But I don't think Timurids is in a dominating spot to demand for the culture groups.
You might be able to form Punjab actually.
I mean, Timurid ideas are not bad.
Yeah, Timurid's ideas are pretty good.
Sorry guys, Discord crashed. No worries.
I mean, you could form Mughals for the missions, but their government type isn't the best.
Either way, Mughals are not going
Yeah.
into India is really good because like your land here is majorly shit. So like getting these farmlands is always good. He got his victory card on Tabriz on QQ and. Diplo-wise, allied to Bukhara, allied to Mawar.
My allies have really been carrying this. I gotta give props to Mawar for the war and to Bukhara for not killing me TBH, because otherwise this nation is in the gutter.
I mean, you say you're not fighting this war, you're running a deficit of 50% of your income.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
yeah, like QQ could be pushing me otherwise, I think.
Ah, okay.
And it's also merc companies. I can just disband instantly at basically no loss, right? I'm like, what, 1.5k in debt? It's not committed at all yet.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. I have 0 manpower, right? So I'm fighting this well with mercs.
Is there any way to get to 50 PP?
No, I think my insult is on cooldown. So
Canton Delhi at war, QQ at war, Bahmanis.
And you can only send a normal one for 5 BP.
Yeah.
That's
what you could do on top is send pirates against one of your rivals.
Yeah, you have 11 lights, so you could just pirate Coromandel.
Yeah,
or Basra for that matter.
Yeah.
Oh, Basra, yeah.
Anyway.
Which actually like, makes me money, probably.
That's about it. Let's take a look at QQ. Or, yeah, we'll look at Bukhara after QQ and then we'll go into Africa.
Wait, no, Hungary. We border QQ.
The true Middle Eastern power.
QQ, Bukhara.
Guys,
yeah,
I'm the Ottomans. Come on, please. It's the only reason I went into Anatolia, so I could be earlier on the podcast.
QQ is a lot more invested into this sport than Timurids is, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Not really making any push though, out of manpower as well. Feeling some mercs. Can't really go a lot more over because he's just gonna bankrupt if he does. So
again, I think pushing is impossible for him.
I think it's really stupid for QQ to be fighting you, especially as Mamluks died, and Ottomans died.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like you have all of Syria still uncontested. You have Ethiopia and Cairo, so that's a bit of an issue. But like I think QQ just pushing into Timurids is not the smartest idea, especially since Timurids is allied to Bukhara. I just think QQ should have gone a little further west or consolidated his shit first.
Yeah, I mean, then again, if he, like, in a lot of cases, if he had decked on either Mamluks or Ottomans while they were fighting each other, that I would have probably decked him.
Yeah, but they're dead now, so.
Yeah, I mean, now, yes, but.
And they were dead when this war started.
I did ask for QQ's help against Ottomans, and he didn't give it.
Yeah, it's a bit strange what QQ's doing here.
He should fix his trade after the war instantly. His home node is Persia, and since trade routes are changed here, he should either move his trade capital to Basra, or if he thinks he can consolidate all of Aleppo, and...
He can consolidate all of Aleppo, I think.
Nah, don't put it to Aleppo, because Aleppo leaks a lot. Yeah? Aleppo is like Alexandria, it just leaks to Constantinople and to Alexandria so much. But Basra, then he has like a good end node in Basra and maybe at the same time collect in Aleppo. But definitely not keep it in Persia.
Yeah. And, you know, Persia's downstream from Basra as well, so that's good. Yeah. So yeah, that should get fixed. Not much else to say besides that.
States on cooldown.
Sorry? Oh yeah. Can get some more money from that. Just sell, seize, money for free.
So can we talk about the amazing fort line QQ starts with in 1444? Like, I have to invest in forts.
Is this the starting fort?
I mean, he needs it. He's squeezed in between the Timmy and Ottomans and the Mamluks, yeah?
I agree. Like,
it's not a nice position to start.
The QQ buffs are fine, but it's like a very good thing. I don't know, for him.
Alright, that's it for QQ. Let's take a look at Bukhara, the big boy.
Great boss.
Only 26 dev clicks. I'm surprised by that because he pretty much gets a 666 permanently. That's weird. I'm definitely reworking.
I don't think that's correct. I'm fairly sure I had like almost 50 dev clicks.
I mean, you also had to core a shit ton. So. And
I mean, it's worked so far. Yeah. I don't really know why it would be broken.
No, that's not correct. It's showing someone else's. I dev tax a little bit, so it's not showing mine.
Might be because I'm spectating, I have no idea.
Yeah, those things aren't always fixed, it's kind of scuffed.
Yeah, that's paradox.
Yeah, I was looking at the scanner bag. He spent a lot on dev compared to other people.
It's just paradox coding being paradox coding. Went Pluto Econ, you know, the meta picks.
He's had 50% more mana than France has.
Let's not
mana spent on.
Let's not talk about mana. Or France. Can also do the thing with I'm not gonna go into his states. So let's just look at his. He got the victory card for free. Diplomatically rival to QQ, Bahmanis, Bengal, allied with Lithuania and Timurids. We'll get to Lithuania in a little bit, but I am confused whether this nation is dead or alive. He didn't really ask to be proclaimed dead, but being kept alive by the Bukhara alliance at the moment. Let's take a look at buildings. Just a couple fur built up north, not really anything else. Really good econ. I think this is the strongest econ we've seen, even stronger than Bahmanis. Very strong nation, definitely.
I think it's the top econ in the game, except England.
Yeah, England's
the top.
Even it's really close.
14 from gold, 2 gold mines. Yeah, that's really nice. You managed to get the one, and yeah, obviously because you killed Russia. Yeah, very nice nation.
He didn't even fight Russia.
Yeah.
What happened?
No, they just killed themselves.
Anyone wants to tell me what happened there? Because I wasn't.
Lithuania joined on defending Novgorod. Then they white pieced. Then they fought each other again in white pieced, I think.
Well, they white pieced because Novgorod was the AI war leader. So then Lithuania, like Death Ward, but it was AI, so Muscovy was able to white piece it, and then they Death Ward again, and they bankrupted. Lithuania bankrupted way before, but he somehow won. I don't think the Muscovy player knew that he bankrupted.
What?
Muscovy ended up dying to his own vassals.
Oh.
Yeah, and then Muscovy got declared on by his vassals.
Oh boy, that's unfortunate for Muscovy, but it made it pretty easy for Bukhara. Pretty free game so far, and it looks like it's gonna stay that way because he's got a lot of expansion possibilities. Can even go into India here because Delhi's gonna be dead. All of this is pretty much uncontested. Like Yi can't stand up to it, and none of the Chinese can stand up to it. Lithuania is dead. Muscovy is dead. Bukhara's just got so much fucking potential at the moment. I think it's got the biggest scaling potential in the game.
This is the freest Bukhara I have ever seen.
It is very free.
Bosco.
Hello, Bosco.
It's really sad. I'm hoping that my Flappy on key can fix it.
No, it's so doomed. Whatever direction he points in, that direction's dead. He could eat all of India or China in 50 years. It's
Or
so doomed.
Go into fucking Eastern Europe and just get all of it for free as well. It's yeah.
It could kill the game.
Anyway,
depending on
Or people coalition him.
What people though? Like that's the point. The Chinese aren't strong enough. Timurids is falling apart and isn't strong enough. Bakhmanis is gonna like scale, but not as well as Bukhara. Gyukyu's killing himself.
Based?
Yeah, it's just it's weird. Let's look at Ethiopia.
You're the one true hope.
Not hungry, no.
Ethiopia is gonna kill the raid boss. That's gonna be the end war of the game. Ethiopia versus Bukhara. That's what's happening here. He's expanded into Cairo. I think he's getting ready to tag swap to Mamluks when they're dead. I don't really. Probably because of the government, because I think Ethiopian ideas
I don't
and
think
the
you
mother
can
better.
tag switch if. I don't think you can take switch Mamluks unless you have the government type.
He has to go Sunni.
Quincy.
Yeah, he has to go Muslim.
Yeah, he has to go
Yeah.
Muslim, and then Mamluks have to be dead. But
Isn't it just for
I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. As
Oh, it's
Ethiopia.
definitely worth it. You're forgetting that there's negative 25% advisor cost in Mamluk's government, so it's really good.
they also have
Well, I just
added
mean, he's
accepted
getting
cultures.
he's getting most of his religious sites as Ethiopia right now.
I mean, no, what he should do is just no CB into India and form they can, will get their ideas, and then get Mamluk's government.
Where are the bonuses for this? Oh. Yeah, he's getting all of the fucking bonuses for Coptic, so it's not that bad, to be honest, to stay Coptic now. I don't think he's gonna get this one, but he's hitting Alexandria for sure. And then you get the
2.5 discipline doesn't beat the 10% morale from
Yeah,
Sunni.
but he also has the manpower recovery, and he also has core creation cost. Don't know, but yeah, the Mamluk government form is definitely an improvement. Besides that, should I even be looking at the dev clicks now that we've realized it's broken? I feel so sad. I was so excited for that feature. Where
I mean, it
gold
works
mines?
if you look at people individually, but you just got to reload in between. What? Oh, improved 30 times? That means it's depleted?
No, I think he dev'd the institution there.
Yeah.
No, but he hasn't improved it 30 times. It's
Yeah, he
27 dev.
Oh.
It depleted once, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely depleted. I just I'm a little
What
surprised.
is
Doesn't he
his
have any
capital?
silk provinces anywhere? I thought he does. Like, why would...
No, he got one cotton.
Yeah. I guess that's good to dev then, but it's still very expensive. Jeez. What else is Ethiopia doing? Allied with QQ, Songhai, and Kilwa. That's illegal. Send him to jail. You have to break in the lines. Rebel with Mamluks, Timurids, and Castile. Castile is going. Well, Castile and Portugal are going heavily into West Africa, so if his alliance with Songhai is actual and not just on paper, he might be drawn into war there. As far as vessels go, oh, these are QQ's vessels. Fucking paradox bullshit. Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry to interrupt, but why is Nabi server muted?
Because he was making some Muslim noises, and I don't know, he was scaring the kids. I'll unmute him.
Allahu Akbar, I guess.
Nabi, are you here?
Lola.
Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. He just makes random noises.
Oh.
Why does Ethiopia still have 1,000 ducats debt? It's feels a bit lost.
If they're burger loans, it don't
Racing
matter.
or
Yeah, burger. A lot of them are burger loans.
Mm.
Most like half burger loans, half not. I think he needed it for to embrace institution, probably. That's what I'm gonna assume happened because it's still spreading. So
He also, I think Mamluks fought him a little bit. I'm not sure.
no, I don't think Mamluks was alive at all when Ethiopia decked. So
Well, Ethiopia decked him at the same time I did my second deck on Ottomans, and Ottomans just went like 4 times over Forest Limit for like 3 battles,
nice.
and then deleted all his army after I beat him,
Well, interesting shit.
which was sort of annoying, but because
Oh,
he had
he
like
probably,
8 ports of it at that point, but good on him for roaching.
he's saving his missionary strength missions, so he's probably planning on converting to something.
Could be. Where's the
That one.
He also didn't use his Death Coast mission on his.
I mean, he just got that mission too.
But
Right,
yeah,
and
I
he popped
don't.
the
I
morale
think he
mission.
will stay Coptic. Like, look how much he converted in the Horn of Africa. He plans to stay Coptic. Don't convert this.
Yeah,
shit
actually,
and
he
then,
converted all of this, so I just don't think he.
Actually, if he conquers Arabia and goes Sunni, he can do conscripted Dhimmi, and then in all of those provinces, he'll get about 20% more manpower.
That is actually
So-
really smart because like a lot of these are food provinces, so that
Yeah.
might be what he's doing. Because like, look how much grain.
If that's what he's doing, that's what he should do, because he can just eat all of Arabia and convert through that in Egypt. So
That is very big brain. Anyway, he got his 1k on Kilwa, which is allied to, and I think that's it for Ethiopia. We're just gonna go look at Kilwa now.
Colonials first.
Yeah, went exploration. I don't get why. I don't think it's a very good idea.
isn't this nation dead?
What?
What?
Is it not dead? It's so behind in ideas. The Zico isn't that good.
All nations are behind Bosco.
What the fuck?
Everything is
Oh,
behind. He's not dead. He's just not playing very well. His gold income's not very good, seeing as he has like
What the
5
fuck?
gold mines.
Well, one of them's occupied right now.
Yeah,
so
110
probably-
development gold mine is occupied right now, so the gold income will be a lot higher. The Zimbabwe one.
He
So
hasn't
most
gone
other
into
one.
Congo yet, which I don't get because there's like 2 more gold mines
No
here
Congo player.
for free. Yeah, but why not just conquer into it? Like aggressive.
No, I know. I'm
aggressive
saying it's
expansion
free
here.
land because there's no Congo player.
Yeah, aggressive expansion doesn't really matter here. He has 600 admin saved up. Not expanding is really not smart at the moment.
Maybe an idea. We have Songhai, Ethiopia, and Kilwa in Africa, and all 3 are allied to each other. Maybe they have a deal like Songhai gets the land he needs to build an army, and so does Ethiopia. Meanwhile, Kilwa is going to be the bank of both, with going exploration.
Going exploration and doing what exactly?
He's
Colonizing
already
Cape?
down in the Cape. Yep.
Yeah, and then losing it to
Yeah,
Portugal
but
when he comes over the 100
even
heavies.
need the.
I mean, that's why you.
Guys, he
feed
doesn't
Congo
even
to
need the
Songhai.
exploit to colonize Cape. You have talking
Yeah.
government reform you can take for free and just colonize.
It's only if you're going actual colonial, like maybe New World or Australia, but you're not going to be able to hold them.
I mean, you could go as Kilwa, you could then go into Malacca. And Malacca is not strong.
It's stronger than fucking Kilwa at the moment. Like Kilwa's got some
I
income.
think
but
that's
the only
Kilwa
thing.
is leaving a lot of potential on the
Yeah,
table.
I think that's his plan. Like, it was mid-session. You can't check always how well is Malacca actually doing, can you?
I mean, if you can see it, you should just assume that they're going to be doing.
Can't see Malacca.
Well, you should always assume that the person you're thinking of is doing either better than you or equal to you. You shouldn't assume that they're doing any worse. But
Anyway,
that'll just be mistakes.
just to let's give some advice because I think it's a newer player. Just conquer.
He should have.
Like
he should
don't
blitz.
wait. You have so much admin free, and yeah, you're behind on ideas, which is fucking horrible. So while you're filling up your dip idea, you should conquer the shit out of this, and just core everything, get a bunch of income from gold mines, and colonize
Especially
the rest
since we
and
have
consolidate.
we have a Zulu tag too, right?
Yeah, we do.
Also,
Isn't
burn
this one already?
it's 0 mil, yeah.
Oh, it's actually there.
It's a pretty decent tag. I mean, it's better than Kilwa because it actually gives him a decentish land nation. The air
If
is
he
complete
wants to really,
garbage.
maybe he
Disinherit
wants
them
to
if you can.
go full eco as Kilwa, yeah?
I don't know though. Like that's really stupid. You're just gonna get rolled on, unless you have like a very strong deal with Ethiopia and Songhai. But we haven't really seen that in the past on Greenskin. People always like change their mind later on. Anyway, that's it for Kilva. I don't think there's much else to say here.
If Ethiopia decides to kill Kilwa right now, I think it's a pretty easy war for Ethiopia.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
you get 7 gold
And I
mines.
don't-
So if I was Ethiopia,
And I don't really like. I don't see what Ethiopia really gets out of this alliance much, just because
if you're Ethiopia
has no threats to the north right now because Mamluks and Ottomans are both dead. Like Ethiopia isn't threatened by anyone right now, so he doesn't really need like a defensive alliance.
he doesn't need this alliance at all. Like if he were Ethiopia,
Yeah.
I would be attacking. You get 7 fucking gold mines, and on top of that, all of this is amazing trade goods. Like you get slaves, you get ivory everywhere. It's just this is amazing land to have, and just.
But who's going to compete for that land? Like he can just
No one. That's why
eating
I'm saying.
Egypt and stuff, and later on either Kilva pays him buckets of ducats for protection, or he's going to eat Kilva.
Or Kilva overskills him, because again, this is mega rich, but with the way Kilva is playing, I don't think that's gonna happen. But this is like
What I think's gonna happen now is either Ethiopia has to protect Kilwa from Portugal whenever he shows up, or he takes it before Portugal shows up. Because I mean, if Portugal just shows up there, I think Portugal's gonna have an easy time taking Kilwa out.
Yeah, and he's gonna see free land in Congo, and then why do you have to fight Songhai?
Alright, let's look at Songhai. Songhai is... I don't think he had the war with Portugal yet. Doesn't have a rival either, so I think they might be trying to negotiate something. But Portugal's going pretty heavily into here. He already grabbed 2 gold mines.
2 gold mines.
Yeah.
But he trade
Unfortunately, he
companies
made the gold mines trade companies, so they don't
What?
make money. Yeah, but don't. Let's get to Portugal later. We are at Songhai. We are
No,
not
wait,
Portugal
what?
yet.
Oh.
No, that's a big brain move of.
God.
Actually, it's not a big brain move.
That is just very smart. Songhai... Alright, I just can't keep myself distracted from these gold mines now. I don't know what I was going to say about Songhai.
You have to ignore it for once.
Okay, so...
Awful tech.
Good ideas. Decent income.
Good ideas? What do you mean good ideas?
Sorry.
Best ideas.
What the fuck, Songhai? Oh,
he's
Christ.
a Miltech 7 already, while not in a player war. Like,
I don't understand how he's
mill
behind.
points instead of taking tech early, standard on mill deving. Yeah.
How
I
is
meant
he
good
this behind on
advisors,
ideas?
okay?
No,
I
he
meant
shouldn't
good
have spent it at all. He should have just saved it for quantity.
I mean, if he was like, look, he's already at 422 mill points banked. I think he was hitting 999.
What was this man doing?
Yeah, he tagged ahead of time.
He has...
Instead, he should have mill deft.
He has a correct
yeah.
estate setup, so I don't think this is a new player. I just...
Yeah.
I mean, he has stuff on cooldown, and he has a lot of crown land, so he could sell and revoke.
Yeah, and get a fair bit of money for that too, but like, he's so behind on ideas. This is very bad.
What's his admin advisor?
He has a level 3 admin advisor.
And
that's
it's half cost. What is he doing?
I don't know. I mean, he has admin focus, so he's trying at least. I just don't know how he is this behind.
You could get that admin guy to level 4 too if he wants.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Level 5.
The right culture.
And
I don't get why his PP is so low.
He
Like,
doesn't have
should
any rivals. I don't
He
think
should have had a
rivaled
show
anyone
strength
here.
though on like Mali early on or something.
He could have had show and strength on all the Africans.
Yeah.
Alright, side note, like, besides everything falling apart, a key thing you want to do, Songhai preparing for Castile invasion, is put the fort here. It's just going to help you a lot, because this fort setup is much worse, because if you have a fort here, they can only sit here and here. They can't go here, and you can engage 2 battles and keep breaking their siege. Like, engage reinforcements, engage the siege, keep breaking the siege. Even being this far behind, that one fort position can save you somewhat. So delete or adjust your fort line to have a fort here. Please figure out how to catch up on ideas, and if you can still rival air or something, you should definitely do that after. Oh, yikes!
Yikes!
Well,
Yes.
rival Portugal or Castile then and send them insults. At least that's something. But sitting on 0 power projection is horrible. idea-wise, please don't be stupid and take exploration or some shit. Like, I think definitely Pluto is the way to go here.
Pluto quality. Yeah, he has IC in his ideas. Pluto's better.
Pluto and then Econ is the way to go here, in my opinion. And try and reach out to people, because you're soon gonna be in the position that Morocco was in. He didn't reach out to anyone, just got rolled over, and Kilva's not gonna fucking help you. Like, I don't think.
I mean, Kilva can't.
Kilva can't help himself. Like, yeah, you need to.
I mean, Andrew's coming on to Shanghai for the first time. We had a sub for a session, and
oh, is that happening?
Yeah,
I thought the new guy is perm.
No.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Flappy. All right, let's look at Portugal.
Oh.
Portugal did trade company 2 gold mines. Very, very big brain. Oh wait, did he? They're not trade company.
Oh no, never mind. It's not caught yet.
He
sorry,
removed the trade company, I think. Because you can remove after you add it. It just.
No, it's not caught yet. That I was just surprised seeing it at 90 autonomy, but yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we were bullying Portugal for no reason.
Yep.
The ball moment.
Alright,
a lot of war exhaustion.
Yeah, because he was fighting
he was,
AI Mali
losing
and
against
suffering.
Mali with minus 80% at one point.
Because Mali starts pretty big, obviously, and Portugal decided to just decon it with like 10 or 12 regiments here and got fucked off. And he also no CB'd to get here in the first place, so it didn't go great for him. He's colonizing Brazil slowly.
Did he need to know CB? He owns those islands in the middle. You can fabricate.
Cabo Verde, I think he just colonized that, but I saw him know CB. I'm pretty sure he did.
But you don't even need to finish the colony. You just need to have a colony there to fabricate the claim. I would have waited.
I could be wrong. I just remember looking over and seeing Portuguese Mali War of Honor or no honor, whatever the fucking
aggression.
And I'm 90% sure I saw that, but you know I'm also just fighting a cold and I'm in and out of it, so I don't really know what's happening. Anyway,
Portugal. Let's give Portugal the pro move of getting the Potosi gold mine for himself.
What gold mine?
Potosi, South Africa.
But in Peru.
Sorry, South America. Potosi. The +3 gold. The +3 goods produced.
The fuck?
You mean from the event? Like he should check how the
No. Okay, go.
tree works.
There's one in
South
America.
Potosi. Search Potosi.
Potosi.
It's a very historical gold mine.
Yeah.
It's there. Look at the goods produced on it.
It's +3.
+3 goods produced. It gives 25 income.
Nice.
Exactly. So that's what when I was playing the Portugal player did. He landed one colony and just took only 3 provinces in that region. Because then you won't form a colony and he could just take all the
Is it
gold
worth
from
not
he
establishing a colony
can
just
get
so
those
you can
3
get
gold
these
mines
gold
for
mines?
himself.
Probably.
It'll
worth
give
it
him like 40
early on.
income.
Yeah,
just from doing that.
That's
The
insane.
more I never knew that one.
But also
never
colonizing
mind,
Brazil, you also want to. You don't want to colonize heavy here. You want to move south to where Rio is, I think.
Minas Gerais, where
Minas
what's
Gerais.
it called?
So you can fire the mission. Where's my fucking
And you want
states?
to have the province
here.
fully colonized before popping the mission for it.
Yeah, you need these 3 states before you pop the mission, and that's gonna be really big for your Brazil. So what you normally do is you pop out 1 colony here, and then you just jump down immediately, and also colonize Rio here. But yeah, these up here are second priority because the mission for Brazil. I forget where it is. I always forget where it fucking is. Where is it?
It's
no.
It's 2 below. Promote the Brazil.
Where?
Left.
Oh yeah, here.
One.
Yeah, this mission. This is mega important, and you want to pop
and
this
you want
as soon
to
as
have
possible.
the province of Minas Gerais fully colonized. That's important. Otherwise, you lose the goods produced modifier.
All right, that's about it for Portugal, I think. Not much else to say. Just colonizing slowly, chilling, allied to England and Castile. I'm assuming he has some sort of colonial deal planned out with England, and that's it. Let's take a look at Castile. Teal got this victory card on Portugal. Happens every fucking game. 48 income, really nice. Running a couple loans, not really a big thing. A lot
The
of
fact
it.
that they don't have 10 years is concerning to me, because they can't pop the mission.
Yeah, I'm curious why that happened. Why'd you give one province to Portugal?
If Portugal owns the province, he gets a mission to get 150 admin points for free.
Oh, I see.
So I gave it for him. So maybe later on we're gonna sell it. Otherwise, he can make a TC there that is still in the villa trade node.
Yeah, because you need it for the 10 morale mission, right? Or is it?
Yeah, but I mean, you know it, yeah. My culture is already an illusion. So.
Oh.
And for that mission to pop, I have to convert Granada to Catholic. So,
I see.
Yeah,
so that mission isn't happening. Something else is happening here.
Yep.
Interesting. I guess we're seeing an Al-Andalus for the first time in a while. Besides that, no buildings built. Bad Nibor.
I didn't have the admin tech for the most time, and then I had the very expensive forward Morocco. And you see the last loans, I'm still paying them off, and yeah.
Yeah, this is still from the war with Morocco, huh? I thought you just took loans for something else. Didn't really think.
He has very good relations with Hungary.
What? Why?
It's like plus 200 relations with Hungary.
I don't know.
What the were you two improving with each other for no reason?
I had a mission.
He improved relations, whatever. Yeah, courier controller, as a real deconquista should do, right?
Yeah.
Courier controller, but not defender of the faith. Wow.
I mean, I'm in a whole crusade right now, yeah, against all those Moroccan miners. It's really handy to have a courier controller while you eat the market beach.
How do you form Andalus as Castile, though? Like, what do you need to
I'm already Andalusian culture, and I have to become Sunni as religion.
And then
just type in the console, change _religion, and then space Sunni. And now check decisions. And there is Restore Al-Andalus.
Nice.
And either 2 provinces from Aragon or 2 provinces from Portugal.
That's nice. I didn't know you could form it as Castile. I thought you had to be one of the Berber nations.
No.
But you don't get the Aragon PU for free. You don't get the inherited Aragon for free.
Yes, I don't get the inheritance for free.
No,
I mean, that's why Naples owns Sicily.
Are you gonna? I would get. As Castile, do you get the mission? Do you get the age bonus in Reformation, or do you need to Spain for that?
You need to be Spain for that.
I'd say wait, put an age
By the
Reformation.
way, check Castilian morale. It's pretty pog.
Ooh, that is nice. That is really nice.
And that's without correct ideas, and not a morale advisor. It's discipline.
Is that what the
quality?
Don't you have
is that what
Crusade
the
active?
Crusade?
Yeah, 10%.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, let's take a look at France, my country. Alright, so not much really happened. I just had a little war with Burgundy. Oh, this isn't the original save. Let me reload real quick because I was.
I don't remember it looking like that.
it wasn't looking like this.
Okay.
I just was checking shit out in the game.
Hey, congrats for surviving session 1 as Burgundy. Sort of. I mean, are you Burgundy? Are you Burgundy?
I might be.
He's a French satellite state.
Okay, as soon as my
there's no denying that
thing is downloading. There we go. So this is how it actually looked. We have a Burgundy. Anyway, I had a little war with Burgundy to convince him that the proper way to play is to go Netherlands, and he understands that now, and we have a newfound friendship relationship. We're allied. I'm also allied with England because I didn't want to fight the English. There's no need for it. I bought the English stuff for 750 ducats at the start, and then with Burgundy pulling me into a debt war, that kind of ruined my economy for a while. So I'm still heavily into loans.
You have goods produced from your
but all of these are, well, most of them are burger loans, so they're not really, interest rate is really low, but still very heavily into debt. It's gonna be a while before I can feel the normal economy, and I'm also starting to build buildings instead of just paying off loans, because I did the math, and all of these 0.2 buildings are better than the interest that I'm going to be paying on the loans.
Can I suggest something
Always.
about Brittany? You usually want to take like one province of them and vassalize them, so you get prosperity instantly when you annex them.
Ooh, so I should seize land, or?
No, I don't think it's worth it anymore. But usually you take like one province and just have prosperity when you annex them.
I see. That is very smart. Prosperity-wise, I don't know if I have it in a lot of the places actually. I didn't think I had it because I've had a lot of AI just walking through the HRE. It's really AIDS fighting these Italians and like other HRE AI, because they just like fucking leak through everywhere and siege random shit, and they have unlimited access in the HRE. It's it's pretty annoying without the fort line here, which I don't have.
What's your aggressive expansion?
I wasn't really paying that much attention to it. It's not very good. I can definitely get a decent coalition against me, but I kept...
Pretty irrelevant actually.
Well, I'm just saying at 28 that really hurt France was a coalition when Austria was like, France is pushing in the HRE. And then
but at this point, enough of the area has died. I don't think you get a...
Yeah, I don't think it matters that much as long as like I don't have potentially hostile players like Hesse or England in the coalition, and I made sure they are below.
Yeah.
And I don't think France is going to fire it because I have a deal with him, and yeah, I don't think he's going
to... You mean Austria,
France
is
going to fire...
Austria, yeah.
Yeah, do you have a deal for Italy? Can I ask?
I will neither confirm or deny that.
This looks interesting.
I'm going into Genoa slowly, but I'm just eating the AI there. I don't really plan on going really aggressive. Towards players, Switzerland is my second protectorate, although he's not really very friendly at the moment. But I've said that I will protect him. So yeah, that's about it for France. My morale's quite shit compared to Castile, I think. Yeah, 4.28. But
I would say it's average morale.
I have
but
Elan.
Yeah, you're gonna get that in 2 seconds.
Very soon, and
but you
also just give it to yourself for a second.
Not a disciplined one.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry.
Give it to yourself for a sec.
What?
Just give yourself Elan.
All right. Yeah, 4.8. So I'm
but the thing...
par with Castile or less.
Yeah, but Castile is running a discipline advisor.
And Castile, well, you have Crusade.
Well, yeah, but you aren't gonna have Crusades if you fight France.
I mean, I can just stay in the war with a minor.
That is smart. Yeah. But,
what do you mean a minor? Isn't it only on Morocco?
It's against Marrakesh. You can just 100% Marrakesh sit on the war and meanwhile fight France.
Oh, but France can now CB him to get the Crusade.
Oh, okay, yeah, France could also no CB. Yep.
Very smart.
But that would be expensive for France.
But there's not going to be a war between France and Castile. I always thought.
Wait, you put it on Marrakesh?
What?
You put it on Marrakesh?
I had there was Morocco. I could exactly 100%. Then I had it on Tlemcen. That was 20%. Now it's on Marrakesh. That is not 100%. So I can eat it. Then instantly call it against Sos. Completely it's Sos, and then against Tunis.
And you couldn't put it on the Ottomans. Wow.
At that point, Morocco was still alive. Yeah.
All right.
At that point, Morocco was still alive.
Let's look at the next player, England. England went for a greedy play, Econ and Explo, which is gonna pay off because he's on an island and everyone else could just.
I mean, he gave away the continent, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only 6 heavies. I mean, that's
that's a starting amount.
I still think he's gonna do fairly well going Econ Explo because he's. I mean, unless someone teams up against him like Denmark, Holland, Castile, Portugal, which I don't see happening because he's allied to Portugal, and they've also heard he's got
France.
Decent relations with Denmark.
If France breaks his alliance, he has 5 years to build heavies.
Yeah, and
break.
And I don't really see see it in France's interest to break that alliance.
And English Navy is not that strong. It's 10% heavy ship combat ability. I think the Danish has more quality, and Portugal as well.
Yeah, but again, he's allied to Portugal, and I'm pretty sure he had some deal with Denmark where they killed Sweden together or some shit. I don't remember. But Anyway, England, I think, went for a pretty greedy play that's gonna pay off. Because when it
I
gets
mean,
into the
I did the
colonies,
same thing as England.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
At that point,
And it worked out really well
Burgundy
for you.
was dead, and Castile was dead, and Portugal was also dead.
Yeah, but even without owning Burgundy, I think he's still gonna make bank enough to scale up and outscale everyone. Like, he's already making more money than anyone else. And
I mean, yeah, in C30, I'm making 4 times more money than the second person, who's the Ottomans. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and I
They
think
own
he's
the whole
going
New
for the
World.
same thing, just a very greedy play and then going heavy into colonies, which I think is the correct thing to do as England.
Well, he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't own the English Channel, which hurts him a little bit.
Yeah, but if he
Yeah.
puts like 100 lights in there, like in 20
Well,
years,
Netherlands
30 years.
has really good trade power.
I just
Like Netherlands will get 40% of that. Like, if because Netherlands is gonna try to get trade power too.
Then, I mean, if England has a stronger navy, England can just go trade for against Netherlands, sit on at the coastline, get 30%, 40% war score from
Yeah,
blockading,
you can do
plus
that.
the blockading score itself, and then just steal its trade power.
Yeah.
Did we get rid of the trade power, CB, like we
Trade-
said we
no,
were?
we didn't.
Or... No, we didn't. Okay.
I didn't want to make last minute changes like that. Anyway,
Yeah, fair
I think that's it for England. He got Normandy as a victory card.
He has deleted all the forts on his islands. That's so fucking greedy.
Yeah, he's playing really greedy. I think that's the whole thing about this England. He also bought Iceland, so yeah, that's it for England. I don't think there is much else to say. Let's take a look at Burgundy. Burgundy recovered from the big war that we had.
He bankrupt?
He bankrupted, and well, he did max loans immediately, and then he had to bankrupt, obviously. But he's recovering quite well. I think his autonomy is, it's fairly low-ish. What I don't get, which is what I was fucking around in the save, is his trade setup. Like, I don't think he should be collecting in 2 notes because that fucks up his steering
He should
bonus.
just spend 200 JIP points to move his trade capital to
move trade capital to English Channel, steer from Champagne, steal from Rhineland, and
But I think it changes automatically to Antwerp when he forms Netherlands, right?
yeah, but Netherlands
that's
is
so far away.
admin tech 10. That's gonna be like an entire session away. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he
I
wants
think
to
you're
wait for
just
that.
waiting for a few more trade centers in the English Channel to be.
I mean,
He
he's
has
about to
enough.
integrate Brugge, Brabant.
He already has Brabant, like he can steer trade from them. He has Amsterdam, he has all of them. He's just missing Calais, to be honest. So I don't see why he would wait. I would definitely have moved the center of trade or the trade city by now.
Does he get
should
Calais?
get East Frisia ASAP.
I didn't do it earlier because England gave me money to fight against you, and he didn't want me to trade in there, so I didn't want to upset him.
I see. I didn't know England gave you money.
Okay.
That is good to know.
About that French-English alliance.
Yeah, I'm wondering now.
Anyways, fortunate advice: get East Frisia because it's an estuary in the English Channel.
Yeah, that's that's what I'm looking at next.
Anyway,
If the Emperor allows it.
Maybe while we have you, what's your plan after forming Netherlands? Because there's a Hesse and a Denmark to your east. There's France, that your friend now, to the west, and there's an England across the channel.
I just think, economy and friendship, Japat, love, peace, global peace, maybe. We can achieve things together, guys.
Exactly. I think that especially with like the reworked colonial regions and like how strong colonies have proven themselves lately, it's
There's definitely going to be some colonial wars between England and Netherlands, I think, which I am very excited to see.
If Netherlands takes Dutch ideas, keep Burgundy ones and try
well,
and fight.
I mean, besides the fact that he made a pinky promise, right? Just
the pinky promise.
Yeah, he made a pinky promise. So let's just point that out. But besides the fact that he did that, I don't think he has a fighting chance if he goes against me. Because like I'm still recovering from loans and stuff, but like I think I'm gonna scale so much more that there's not gonna be much of a chance.
Oh, not against you, but against maybe.
Colonial war. I said a colonial war, like I'm guessing England
has to
isn't.
go Dutch, is what I'm
England's
saying.
not going to give up the continent and then give Netherlands half North America.
Yeah, obviously. So there's definitely going to be colonial wars. I'm just saying he's going to have to go Dutch. So I think we're definitely going to see colonial conflicts, which is good for the game. I don't think the meta of like letting England and Portugal colonize and then everyone else just fucking off is very healthy. I wish Malaya or the Chinese would also get into colonies as well. That would be very nice.
For that, they need changes.
No, really. Look at how strong California is. Like California is almost on par with Mexico right now.
California, I would say the second strongest region, just because of the formables too.
So like
Alaska's a really good
anyone who owns
formable.
Japan, Malacca. Also, like I made Australia really strong. Australia has, I think, the same amount of provinces that Canada has now because it has all of these islands. Like they're all very viable. So I just really wish more people would get into the colonies.
It's just mostly they can't make as good use of the trade flow, and
yes, they can.
It takes them longer to start colonizing as well because they do need to get their home regions united first, and they need relatively more colonial range to get to Americas.
One thing that they just added in Purple Room is trade winds for East Asia to let them get to North America quicker.
All right, we'll figure that out later. Let's just finish the podcast.
Trade winds affects the colonial range. That's why you can't colonize Greenland even if you have Norway without getting Tech 7 as England, because the trade winds go against you.
Let's look at Switzerland. Switzerland had a war with Milan. That was a humiliate war, and he lost somehow.
Against AI?
Yeah. And that set his country back quite a bit.
Oh, jeez, that's bad.
Yeah, he's under 10, whatever, Crownland, and he can't seize for another 2 years. He has a lot of dip saved up, so I would probably try and dev up to 10%, like if you can.
What's his average autonomy right now? It's like 60?
Average autonomy isn't good at all, from what so the country got ruined a little bit by AI, and he's gonna take a while to recover. His saving grace at the moment is that he's allied with Brandenburg, Hesse, and Austria also said that he would protect him, and I also said that I would protect him, so he's basically being kept alive by all his neighbors because everyone wants to maintain the status quo. But the country is
that's sort of
weak.
Like Hungary and C30, where Austria and Ottomans both allied him until they didn't.
Yeah, he just has to figure out a way to recover his country, and fixing your estates is number one, because being under 10 autonomy, under 10 crownland is just going to have taking autonomy, and that's not good. You never want to have taking positive autonomy. So if possible, dev up to 10, and I think it is, because I just did it. So some mill, you definitely have to spend some points that you wouldn't want to spend into this, but you don't really have a choice. And you're very close to 10, so a little bit more and you're there. Just dev all the grain, cow, food provinces to 4 admin, and then use dip and mill for the rest, and you should be fine. Yeah, very close. You can figure it out, and it's one dev away. Anyway, I'm just wasting time doing that. But that's your number one priority. That's what you should do on session start. Spend your mana to dev.
I mean, he's up to date on ideas and tech, so
yeah,
it's not a
he could also wait 2 years to cease, but I don't know if I'd do that because it's 2 years of taking autonomy, and it's plus 0.15 a month, so it's not going to be very good, and you want that ticking down instead of up, so you can have your nation recovering slowly.
Yeah, that's like 5 autonomy in 2 years.
Yeah.
So
I would definitely dev up to 10, and then when the time comes, seize again, and then sell seize on the next one.
I would get back to 20 until your autonomy is fully recovered.
Yeah, fair enough, because you get less taking at 20. That's smart. But yeah, that's it for Swiss. He not much else to say here. He went Pluto Econ, which is pretty basic, and you know, Pluto is the best for him because of the Merc bonuses, and he has Merc bonuses in his national ideas. So yeah, pretty, I don't know, pretty bad situation at the moment. I don't really know what to advise other than just do more dip and
one thing he could do, could also take one extra policy, because his government gives him an extra free policy, so he can run 2 instead of 1 for free.
Oh,
it's a minor thing, but it's still, it's something like,
yeah,
construction, aggressive expansion, the HRE.
Yeah, that's definitely something. Although he doesn't really have any. Oh, he does actually have some aggressive expansion.
I mean, eventually he wants to expand, right?
Yeah, and he still has expansion room. Like there's I don't think Hess has. Yeah, Hess has 1 vessel, so he can definitely be expanding more here and consolidating Rhineland a little bit. But yeah, that's it for Swiss. Let's take a look at Hess. Hess is played by Dugs. It's got 15 income. It's kind of what you'd expect from Session 1 Hess.
What's its ruler like? Did it get a 666 like
nah, 333
did?
Unfortunate.
For the record, I also had a 3-2-1 regency for 8 years as well.
Yikes.
So
that is just not very good. Yeah, expanding pretty slowly for what you'd expect in the HRE. We have to look at Vandenberg to be able to compare it to anything. It's got decent morale. Very behind on ideas, but I guess, you know, with the shit monarchs that he's got, that's to be expected. 2 wars that are finished. I guess he's waiting for aggressive expansion to drop to eat up from those wars, and I wonder if he can also diplo-vassalize anything, because that's always a good method of expanding in the HRE.
I don't think he's big enough.
Yeah.
Austria's the only one that can really do that effectively.
Well, Denmark too, because Denmark's in the HRE too.
Selling, actually, he's probably just siege.
Yeah. Well, I said I'm not going to focus on the States, but yeah, I don't think there's much else to say about Hess. Just slowly expanding, like, you know, you'd expect Hess and Brandenburg to do at the start. Diplomatically allied with Swiss and 2 AIs, no player rivals, so no real like player interactions besides the Swiss, which are kind of falling apart. Don't really know what's happening here besides that. I would hope that he has some sort of alliance with Denmark or Austria to prevent himself getting gobbled up, but yeah. What's the tag for Brandenburg?
Bruh.
13 income.
Less.
Why is he losing income right now?
Is he 0.4? He has a little
is he
bit
gearing
of
up for war?
He has a little bit of interest, some loans. Don't know. Ooh, what the fuck?
That's what... I don't know, Nabi always has really bad ground land and autonomy, in my opinion. Like, what's his average autonomy right now?
What the fuck, Nabiho?
Yeah.
It's all decreased. Christ. Why?
Typical Nabiho country.
We know which one's stronger.
Nabihov's good at fighting, but his eco's always a little in shambles.
That's just weird, and behind on ideas, of course. I don't really know what's happening with all these players, like either having bad luck or playing really poorly this season. We didn't really buff the AI or anything like we did that one time, so I'm just weirded out.
He's having minus 40 autonomy tech right now.
Yeah, that's fucking horrible. I mean, he can seize, he can't really get the Moyle, but he can fight the rebels. Like, I don't... Yeah.
Is he gonna dev? I'm guessing he's saving up for tech and then institution.
What?
He has institution then.
Yeah, he has institution.
Sorry, not institution.
Ideas.
He's saving up for his next idea. No, I'm saying could he dev to 10 if he wanted to, but
yeah, I don't.
I mean, Nabi's a good player. He can figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll figure it out. He doesn't need my advice. Let's look at the Habsburg where there's actually something to see. I hope. Another player that didn't take the gold mine. Don't know why. Okta didn't take it either last season, and he said he prefers to just siphon income, which just seems really weird to me. Why?
Yeah, that's what this Austria player was doing, but he lost the PU because of that.
What?
Why is
Yeah,
he
he
paying your money?
lost
Austria,
the
yeah.
PU,
Well,
but
Okta
he
lost the
regained
PU?
it
He
after.
siphoned right before his king died, and he had minus relations with Bohemia, so he lost the PU on king's death.
Ooh. I mean, good that he got
I
it
don't-
back, but yeah. What's support loyalists do? Doesn't that cost him money to do that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, not that much, but like still, it's something you shouldn't have to pay. I don't get why people don't just take the gold mine when they get Bohemia. He killed Venice, so his trade income is pretty decent, at least. I mean, his income in general is very good, but it would be better with the gold mine. He is allied with Hungary and Poland, rivaled with France, Burgundy, and England.
Yeah, he could have like the same income as England right now with the gold mine if it was prosperous.
Yeah, he had a war with Florence last session to kick him out of Venice. But then he left Ravenna and Modena, which, I don't know, weird, but...
It was an excommunication war, you could only take bordering provinces.
Oh,
So
I see.
not, yeah.
But yeah, he consolidated Venice, which is always the most important thing to do is Austria, in my opinion. And he doesn't... Oh, he does have vassals, let's see. He vassalized Salzburg, Mulhouse, Mantua, Landshut, and he has Bohemia, obviously. I don't know why Mulhouse, but you know, it is what it is.
When can he annex Bohemia at this point? How far did he get pushed back?
The 1520.
Yeah, that was like a 20-year pushback, which sucks.
Yep, it's not good. He can also vassalize a couple more nations. It's always nice to just have passive expansion through vassalization as Austria. Regensburg might be a good one. I think, I don't know
Sweden!
if you want to Turkey.
Best like Sweden!
Oh my god, yeah. He can actually
stay
get
up front.
Sweden, probably. That'd be pretty nice.
Chad move.
That'd be very Chad. Morale-wise, 4.63, so he's up there.
On par with France,
Yeah.
until France, and then not too bad after he gets Elon.
Yeah. Austria doing really well. Where did he?
Oh, he has a morale event right now. Could you check what it is?
Morale event?
An event, yeah.
Jousting tournament till 79 expires next year.
Yeah.
So
Hungary didn't get
morale's
that.
gonna be a little lower. He doesn't have a victory card, which is disappointing. But that's it for Austria. Let's take a look at Florence. Florence had a war with Austria, and even after it, the economy is pretty decent. Not really fielding an army or advisors right now.
Austria stack wiped his army.
Yeah, Austria stack wiped his army, and then the AI Genoa declared war immediately after for its core.
Why doesn't he have any advisors? He's running 13 surplus.
I don't know.
That's weird.
He was a little. He sort of thought he was dead after the session, which he's not at all.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, there's way more dead countries than this. He's doing better than like other Europeans still. Like he's doing better than all the Germans.
I think he just thinks that France is gonna kill him.
What? No.
I mean, France is going to kill him.
No, I am a benevolent France. I'm very friendly.
Yeah, sure. Imagine France
He should hire
Genoa.
He should hire top level advisors and get the shit out of this.
There's a lot of diplo opportunities he could do to get protection against France.
And I don't understand why he thinks he's dead, because I spoke with Austria, and Austria said he actually offered a better peace deal than the one that Florence accepted. But Florence refused it and kept fighting the war, even though he had only like an 18k stack against Austria's army. So he lost far more than he would have if he just took the early peace.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And I mean, the country's not bad.
He's earning a lot of gold considering I think he's diverting his trade power right now to Austria.
Yeah, but Austria's not going to be collecting in Genoa, so that doesn't really matter. But yeah, the country's not dead. I think he has very decent income. Like, he almost has the same income as France. Needs to build up his army. Needs to exploit this insane amount of tax debt that he has in this. Oh, he already has. Never mind.
Like, reach out to people that might be hostile towards France for protection. And
yeah,
I know Kazmak doesn't want me to say that, but I'm just giving the unbiased advice.
I don't mind.
And try to and like you have the income to field like 50k, which would make it very painful
make it a
for
lot
France.
harder to conquer than you are right now. Because right now AI could take you on, but yeah, this country isn't dead. It's got recovery ability, and that's it.
And you have mercs in your merc stuff in your national ideas, right?
Oh, he does.
Yeah, like he has merc maintenance.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He also has interest per annum soon,
Interest
so that's
per
gonna
annum.
help his
So
debt
once
war
he
a lot.
finishes that, he can get -1 interest per annum, so he can get it down to 3
But
interest
he's not
per
gonna
annum.
finish shit like not running advisors, which again I don't get. So I don't really want to spend too much time looking at this country when the player gave up. You know. I hope.
Yeah,
I
but
hope he comes back.
if he doesn't come back, we should look for a new perm.
Yeah.
Because
so can you go message him actually, so we don't forget, and see if he's coming back,
yeah,
so we can find a new
talk to
perm?
him.
Because I feel like we're gonna forget if we just don't do it now. Anyway, Naples.
Ignore the corruption.
What?
11 corruption.
Why?
How?
I debased my currency to buy a bunch of land because you can't send gifts using loans.
Oh my god, man, this is bad.
I'm aware. It's not unrecoverable. I know a lot I'm gonna do next session, but I'm not in the best situation.
You have to pay off your corruption. That's like what you have to do, and it's still growing because you're overextended. And it looks like you're gonna stay overextended unless you plan on releasing this, which might be the play here because you're paying extra. You're paying 10% extra to core this. You have no admin.
Yep.
I would definitely go about releasing some of this shit. What provinces is it? It's Corfu, Nassau.
It's all Greek.
Yeah, so you.
Don't you dare! I would be mad if he releases Byzantium. So
that would be pretty pog.
I mean,
but no,
that
I think
would
you
be
should release
releasing
something.
his cores.
I think you should release something small, so you don't have to feed the cores, obviously. So Corfu, and then feed the rest of it to Corfu, which is. Can I feed the rest to Corfu?
You're on the wrong screen.
He's also going to give it a naval province. He will have the range to core the vessel. I mean,
we had a miscommunication where I was supposed to get the Macedonian provinces because I got missions for it.
No, I don't think he has. They have to be on the
And he's
same
going to be
sea
selling
tile.
them to me.
So
you can release Naxos instead.
Yeah, but you should definitely release these. I don't think you should wear to core because it's just going to keep growing your overextension, and you're paying extra.
Wait, why
anyway.
are you so corruption?
Because he paid to get Sicily, basically, and that was a bad idea.
Spain wanted a lot. Like I paid. I didn't have to debase my currency at all to get any of the Ottoman territories because he was bankrupt and he just wanted any sort of money. But Spain had so much money that he didn't really, like, I couldn't really get a deal with him. So I had to debase to get the money, and then the other half of the money I paid for with a promise that I would just leave Africa alone and leave Africa to him.
Just not a very good idea, in my opinion. You also need to fix your estates. Your estate setup is horrible. You don't get extra mana from any of them.
Because originally they were all filled because I had different ones that I revoked since then.
Yeah, you need to get your advisors running and catch up on ideas, obviously.
Yeah, Burger Loans available? You do?
Yes, he does. So you should take Burger Loans and then use them to pay off your 4% loans.
Yep.
Or use them to pay.
No, I think the interest
inflation.
I think the interest is better than the.
I mean, he has +10 power cost right now.
Yeah.
It's better to go full in on corruption removal with the money from the burger loans.
Okay, yeah, maybe that. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure shit out. You could also sell titles, but I would what you would do before selling titles is give them the bonuses. So it's like you drop down to 15, You give the mill and the admin, you sell titles, and then you get more money, and then you seize, and you're at 11, so you're not going to get ticking autonomy.
Yeah.
Even with the corruption, you're not getting ticking autonomy, so you can safely be at 11 crown land, and you just got some more money to reduce corruption, and that's just gonna, with like 0.8 a year, you're gonna get rid of it quickly. It's just
corruption's sort of I think the only issue I'm dealing with right now.
Well, no,
beyond
ideas
that,
are
trying to catch up with ideas as well. But I've had really bad luck with rulers. I start with a 4/4/4 who died in I think the first year, and my ruler after that was
common though.
Yeah, he was a 2/2/0, and now it's a 2/4/2, I think.
You need to figure out your corruption, your ideas, and your diplo, because at the moment, like, Hungary might have an issue with this. You know.
No, I'm selling land to Hungary. Me and Hungary have already working out a deal about that.
You're getting rid of Greece?
Oh, it's just
no, two provinces, I think.
I see.
Macedonian provinces, because I need those for missions.
Okay,
so.
Fair enough.
Because if I go through the whole mission tree, I get Greeks in Constantinople, where I restore Constantinople to Greek culture and Orthodox culture, which is the only way it should be.
Yeah, diplomatically, I think I'm okay. I have Castile as an ally. I had Florence as an ally until the player left, and then the AI dissolved the alliance. So if we get a new perm player in,
the player left.
Yeah, so I'll say if we get a new player in.
I didn't know the player left. He didn't ask for anything.
Wait, Florence left?
Yeah, so
I think he did because he dissolved the alliance. If he stayed as a player, it'd be very weird for him to dissolve the alliance.
We should definitely look for a new perm then. Anyway, next nation up is Denmark.
I mean, a lot of people died first session, so.
Denmark, it's 26, 25 income. I just by habit go to estates every fucking time. He didn't get his 1k. Killed Sweden.
You have to be 300 dev to get your 1k.
He killed Sweden. I think it was a 1 versus 1. I don't think Poland got involved at all.
Nope, it was a 1v1.
Fed most of it to Norway, and Norway's mega big now. I don't know if you ever get the free inheritance on Norway as Denmark. I don't know if there's an event, but either way you can integrate in 94, so that's going to be a pretty big power spike. Besides that, wait, this is AI Livonian Order took Finland?
Yep.
It's pretty pog. I haven't seen AI do that, but yeah, that's nice. What ideas did you go for? Pluto, don't have the second one unlocked yet, so a bit behind. A bit behind on admin, yeah. What else is going on in Denmark? You want to enlighten us?
You should probably accept Swedish culture.
Yeah, I will, but I'm trying to form another nation.
Yeah, he's going for Hanover, 100%.
Yeah, it's better than Denmark.
Yeah, Hanover ideas are pretty good. I think they have dev discount in ideas, right?
Yep, yeah.
So that's
He's allied. He's allied to Poland, so I wonder what that means for Brandenburg.
Well, we started off thinking me and Poland attacking Sweden, but then Poland were busy with Ottomans, and at the moment I don't have any interest in Brandenburg. I have other places to expand.
Yeah, definitely forming Hanover and then consolidating this before Bukhara gets too big of a share. It should be like a priority, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I can expand 2 ways now, HOE and then in Russia afterwards, so it should be spread out with your expansion.
But yeah, looks like you... I mean, unless someone eats into Livonian Order hard, I think you lock down Baltic pretty well. And I don't know what your deal with Poland is for that, because Poland's going to want Baltic as well, I think. But yeah, we'll see what kind of state Poland is in after seeing Lithuania. And I don't know what Poland looks like. So yeah, pretty much it for Denmark. Had a little war with Sweden, won at the start, and now just forming Hanover and consolidating. There's much more to say in this first session about the nations that are playing poorly rather than the nations that are playing well. It's just like the nations that are doing well, it's like, oh, this happened, that happened, we're done. And then we spend like 15 minutes looking at nations like Japan, like what the fuck happened here.
I mean, that's also the idea of it, right? To help new players.
Yeah. Poland below 10 Crownland, as well as other people. Don't know why. autonomy not looking too hot, but yeah. I mean, it could be worse, but it's not very good either. Rebel converting to Orthodox at the moment, which is very close to. I think they only need a couple more provinces, but the problem is this is already Orthodox, and they're gonna go for this next. These are already Orthodox as well, so he's gonna be occupied by rebels for a while longer until they get to Warsaw. And that's also Orthodox, so fuck. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before they siege any of this shit down, and then he can finally accept demands and convert to Orthodox, which is...
Yeah, he had a lot of problems with Moldavia killing his rebels.
It's yeah, it's really unlucky, and I hope Moldavia doesn't keep desieging shit. Did they set it on passive?
I told him just to give me Moldavia, but
yeah, that would solve it definitely.
He should just got into a war and put his vassal on passive, because then they won't siege down anything.
That's definitely.
He's on passive right now.
Yeah, but if they're at peace, that doesn't come into play.
Yeah, it's only during war that you do it.
Speaking of vassals, did anyone else have like bug vassals that would literally do nothing no matter how much you change what they should be doing?
I had Eprius as a vassal, and I wouldn't have annexed them if they did anything, but their ship stayed in harbour and their troops just didn't move, despite how many times I changed their orders.
I mean, sometimes it helped with if you give them orders, because I had a problem getting Alstein to get it up to Sweden.
No, I was giving mine orders as well, like in war, like specific province to siege, or just changing their like war attitude. Nothing helped.
Weird. Mine worked perfectly. My little vassal swarm worked perfectly. I just used them as a death stack.
Yeah, mine works pretty well too.
Yeah, I tried to get mine to like even stack up with mine, attach. I mean, and they didn't. It's just really weird.
Odd. Anyway, Poland behind on ideas a little bit. Everyone else is a little behind on ideas. Income is trash, although like half his country is sieged down by rebels. And he has pretty easy expansion into Lithuania, which we'll show next, because Lithuania is practically dead. I mean, obviously, it
but
depends
I think
on Bukhara.
Bukhara is going to defend Lithuania.
Yeah, it depends on Bukhara, but yeah, we'll see that in a minute. Let's take a look at Hungary now. Hungary had a war with Ottomans while Ottomans and Mamluks were fighting. And Ottomans unconned pretty quickly to Hungary and gave up pretty much all of the Balkans away. He's got Bulgaria and Serbia, all of the Yugoslavians as vassals.
He does not have Kosovo, by the way, I think.
Yeah, Kosovo is Serbian, which is weird why you wouldn't take that. It's more gold income. But
sorry, I was muted. I'm going to see. I'm going to seize it. At session start, I already save tested it, and they stay loyal. I just need to dev them a few times.
Yeah, I guess if you want to dev them a couple times, that will help. But you can also improve relations because they're sitting on 150 now.
Embargo.
Disable
and
subvert.
royal marriage. And royal marriage.
Yeah, well, they're not going to accept it while they're disloyal, I think.
No, well, you give the royal marriage first.
Oh, they just accepted it. Weird.
Yeah, because they need to wait for them a second. You dev them once, and you're good.
Yeah, so pretty easy to take the gold mine away. But yeah, Hungary allied to Austria, rival to France at QQ. I wonder if there's going to be a war with QQ because you're.
I talked to QQ. It was just a PP because I had no one else to rival, other than Poland and Austria, who were both my allies.
Oh, Poland's your ally too.
I mean, Poland basically allowed him free war against the Turks because Poland joined that war, and then Ottomans were like, well, can't really fight both Hungary and Poland, so just gonna uncon.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, I would have won the war either way. I just would have had to go over force limit stuff.
I don't know why Poland joined that, but yeah, it is what it is.
I really doubt that you would have won that.
Didn't get the victory card.
No, it's most of my forces are in vassals right now, so like I got like 400 dev in vassals.
Yeah, not much building either. Well, none. Serbia's 115. That's 75. So that's 190, 100, 285. Yeah, that's around 350, 400 dev in vessels. So pretty good. Like a lot of it dev, most of it dev is in vessels. Which is,
I got really bad RNG at the beginning of the game. I got a negative stab event in 1444, which made me get and I didn't have enough admin yet to stab up, so I had Peasants War ticking, so I couldn't core anything because I needed to use all my stabs to prevent the Peasant War from firing.
Yikes.
So I was really behind in admin tech for like 20 years.
Well,
like I haven't cored anything.
How's your AE? It must be really high.
No.
AE
I have like
doesn't
no
really
AE.
matter here at all.
No,
Everything
because
everything was reconquest pretty much.
And
I got
also
a
he went against Muslim countries, so like all the Christianity gives no fucks.
And I got a mission to vassalize Serbia in 1444, which is sort of lucky.
Nice.
So I got the and then I'd use that reconquest on Ottomans from the Serbian War.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for Hungary. Not much else to say. I can look at the dev click, but I think that's still bugged probably. Yeah, I think the dev more than that.
That's about accurate actually. I also got really the event, the ruler you get from event, which is like a 455. He died at like 3 years after I got him. And then I was in a regency for 10 years.
Yeah, I also had I think a 6-4-5 heir, and he died that event where you pray for the heir or you pay, and I was so fucking sad. But anyway, let's look at Lithuania, the last country on the list. No deving done, 5 income, and losing 5 per month with no maintenance on.
Yeah, and he can't reduce autonomy. His average autonomy is 90.
Yeah, he's gonna go bankrupt. There's no avoiding it, and his average autonomy is ridiculously high. He's gonna have to bankrupt and then break up to rebels is what's gonna happen here. So I don't think this country.
And he's still taking autonomy, so it's just gonna take to 100.
Yeah, I don't think there's recovery for this country unless Bukhara just saves him. But yeah, that's just it. I think there's not much else to say about Lithuania. He played well. He had 2 death wars with Muscovy, which we talked about earlier when we were in Bukhara. And that's about it, I think.
Well, technically, I think him that warring Muscovy was a mistake.
Yeah, I think anyone in these 3, Poland, Lithuania, Muscovy, that warring early on in this mod is a bad decision because they have so much good land to dev and they just outscale a lot of their.
So, for example,
look at all these farmlands.
For example, like what One Shot did with his Lithuania last game was pretty good. It was just unfortunate for him that later on I did manage to turn Muscovy against him and then they both collapsed. But for example, at this point in the game, you guys would actually possibly be able to fight off Bukhara because actually at the current tech, the Eastern Cav is not as strong like at Tech 6 and 7. It's weak. I've done tests on my Bukhara with 60 calorie compatibility and everything else equal with Lithuania morale and shit, and I was actually losing to his infantry stacks.
Yeah, so basically note to future Lithuanias and Muscovies, try and chill a little bit because early death wars don't really get you anywhere. And that's about it. I think we covered everything, and we'll see you next week, hopefully for a little shorter video.